I was actually fine, but I just kept staring at the transmog thing for so long, I didn't realize that I was still on the starting screen. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. I was looking, I was like, oh, that's like 2 minutes longer than I usually do the warm-up. So yeah, that's my bad. What is up, everyone? This is... Coffee with Soul. I'm tired. Oh, man. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. But then, over on the upper right corner of the screen is a video that I captured from about 6 hours ago. There was the housing showcase where Taliesin and Nevitel were hosting. Esfan was hosting as well. They were talking housing, and a couple of streamers. Off the top of my head, oh gosh, who was it? Was Mr. GM, Annie Fuchsia, Zaryu, Peekaboo, and I forget who else. But they were making stuff. And so what we're gonna do today, in a bit, you know, we'll chat and hang out first, and talk shit. What we're gonna do is go over that. Not really an interview. It was just a conversation that that Taliesin, Nevitel, and Paul Keep It were having about housing. You know, there are some little details to learn from it, but I want to just play the whole thing so you guys get the whole context without someone just kind of parroting like the bullet points to you. A lot of them are like typical talking points, but I think it's worth a listen to. And then we'll peruse through the actual housing showcase. I might not play like the whole thing. I'm probably just gonna. But what I'll do, I'll let the interview run in the background while I do delves because I got to get shit done, right? And then we'll just go from there. But in the meantime, it's, you know, we've had a little bit of time for like midnight stuff to at least simmer in. You know, at least the initial reactions, because we're gonna learn more throughout the week. So tomorrow, here, I'm gonna do, you know, kind of like what I'm doing here. I'm gonna capture, you know, I'm gonna capture the stream footage or whatever it is, of the upcoming panel that goes over like world and questing and what have you. So we'll go over that, and then on Saturday we're going to do that again when they do like a systems dive, where they go over you know, more gameplay specifics. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're following here and on YouTube or wherever you're at, to make sure you stay on top of that, because I don't, at least at the moment, I don't plan on having like a Saturday VOD. Like I don't plan on doing that, but I do plan on streaming that day. So it might be like the weekly live, which is going to be bad. You know, it's like what Taliesin and Nevitel does. It's just way worse. So, you know, we'll see what I end up doing. Because I might be like tired as hell by the time we get to the end of it. But in the meantime, let's say hello to people. Who's first? Jonathan Vick, you're the first person to say hi. Hey, you get a point. Doesn't mean anything, but that's okay. What's up to Boomer and to Sean? What's up to Darth and to Netank? I'm sorry, well, thanks for following anyway. Thanks to, hi to Elisa, to Jenny Boy, to Necro. What's up to Gelzon? To Neeb, thanks for subbing, man. Hi to Grim and Hots and Crit and Infection, thanks for following. And what's up to Arcadius? And to the rest of y'all, the beautiful digital spawn faces are going to be joining us throughout the day. Hi. What's up? How you feeling? What do you guys think so far? Yeah. So far I'm still stoked for what's coming with Midnight. But I'm also like being really impatient about crap. Oh boy. I'm really impatient about one thing that they announced, was that Transmog is going to be free come midnight. Along with some other features and stuff. But in the meantime, I'm trying to campaign to be like, yo, you know, since you're saying that Transmog is going to be free a couple months out, that's going to give, you know, some of us weird feelings in the meantime. So, yo, just like do one step and just hotfix that Transmog cost down to 0. Just make it like Trial of Styles going on forever. Just do it. So I'm gonna kind of like blast that on socials like every day pretty much until they do it. And then when it comes with like the pre-patch and they do it, then I'll be like, haha, see, they did it. You know, they listened. so, so I'm going to keep bitching about that. It's an easy thing. Um, I'm stoked for free simplified professions. I didn't hear about that. Yeah, what did they talk about with simplified professions? Actually, I think maybe that was the Microsoft interview. But yeah, can you link me to what you were talking about? To what mentions that sharks? God, I hope they don't simplify it because that would be lame. Like, I'm biased, right? Because I like how the profession rework is working out. To me, you know, some people would be like, dude, they need to simplify it. And then others like me would be like, dude, they're dumbing it down. You know, so that's just a take, you know, just an opinion based on my experience. But yeah. Wowhead retracted, it's not free. Yeah. So it's close, it's very close in line to what I was talking about. So one of the articles, it had specified that the way Transmog is going to work is that the individual pieces, you can transmog by slot, so it's like a one-time thing. And then changing your situations or outfits or whatever, that's also going to have cost to it. But then once that's done, once you have it set up, then you can just leave it alone. So like if you, in the case of, oh, I never care about changing my transmog outfits or whatever ever again, then yes, even as you get new pieces of gear, you're not gonna have to transmog that stuff anymore. It's just gonna stay like whatever it is. And then of course with the outfits, that's gonna be like different too. It's no older. Yeah, so they basically gave in. they gave it. You know, they stood their ground about how they wanted to hold on to it and make it feel like, oh, okay, you know, when you get when new sets appear, then hey, cool, check this stuff out. But you know, they relented, which is cool. You know, it's just that sign that eventually they'll respond to how players' needs change and all that. To me, just the cost is, you know, fine. But then I guess that's how they're kind of going about it too. Anyway, so what I wanted, okay, well, I ruined that look. because I wanted to make like this whole blood elf sort of look, which was based on like this, but then I wanted to like add some different stuff, like including the recent tier. The tier for Metaforge Omega looks sick for Paladin stuff. Like the heroic tier looks really good. Like the complete set, which is not shown here, looks like. What did I think close? Okay, that's weird. So it looks like this. Oh, it's so good. It's hella good. I love all the pieces, but then not all the. But then I only have 2 pieces right now. I think I only have legs. Yeah, I have legs and chest, and like that's it. So the chest I actually don't care for that much. I replaced that with like the Blood Elf Heritage Armor one, which looks really good. And I could replace it with the one that just came from the Transmog, from the Heroic or Epic Edition. Like that looks really good too. That Transmog might look good on Kultiran. I'm sure it would. Yeah, absolutely. But on Blood Elves, it's just superior. When is the housing stuff today? It already happened. King of Twilight. It already happened. So up in the corner over there is a replay of what happened. So what happened was basically there's a conversation between Taliesin Nevitel and Paul Cubitt, one of the associate game directors, and it's followed up by like this feature where you have a bunch of streamers who are building stuff, and then there's like a lot of commentary. I'm not gonna play that for too long. I might like just like skim through and be like, hey, check this out, or let's jump to this part where people are like almost done. But you're seeing people like put stuff together based on a theme. I think the theme was like faction pride or something like that. So you know, they try to set something up that's kind of cool, and I think they do a couple of rounds of that. Only two? Only two what? I was thinking about the cinematic from yesterday, and I found myself wondering, where's the Lotro? Isn't the Nightborn leader married to Lothar? Yeah, they're married, but it doesn't mean, but she's still like the leader of her. Isn't the Lotro basically the faction leader of her faction? So it's not like, hey, we're all gonna move in together. It's not exactly a marriage of kingdoms, right? Let's see. But I was hoping that she would show up. That she would, like, kind of save the day, or that they'd be fighting side by side, or something like that. Or if anything, you would see both Blood Elves and... I was actually expecting everyone to show up. But one thing that could happen, which is likely, is that the Void is all over the place, and that they're serving as like a big distraction to isolate the Blood Elves, so that way Xal'atath can take like this big force and assault the Sunwell directly, right? Like that's extremely plausible. I can totally see something like that happening with like the misdirect, isolation, yada yada yada, and then there we go. So it's not like you didn't see Lorthamar or Liedrin like being pissed off that no one that people should have shown up, but they didn't. So, yeah. I love the announcement, but I feel like something was missing. I feel like they'll announce any big Mythic Plus changes for Midnight this week. I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to learn more. I don't think we're going to learn too much in tomorrow's panel. Yeah, tomorrow's panel. I don't think we're going to learn too much, but the Saturday panel, we're going to learn a lot about like systems and how all that's going to work. So, we'll see. Was it told who was the person who came out of the Sunwell? The hand we see placed on Liedrin's shoulder? No. Yeah, we didn't see any of that. I'm gonna guess it's Rick. Rick the Paladin did it. So bless Rick. Could have happened too fast for anyone to arrive. It could have, yeah. Could have been that too. But then you would expect, like, or you would want to hope or expect, hey, can someone at least, like, teleport over or some shit like that? I don't know. Yeah, that could be it. Either of those are plausible. Question I have is, did the Arathi come through the Sunwell? Some folks were saying no, that some of them didn't look, that they didn't really wear Arathi colors. So, I find the lack of a second Demon Hunter race for a Horde disappointing. I mean, who would you have? Right? Because so here's what I'm trying to here's my theory. Yeah, it's just a theory, but I'm pretty confident about this, Nurgles. The Blood Elves, or sorry, the Void Elf Demon Hunters, they're the same. It's the same generation of Demon Hunters. There's no new generation of Demon Hunters. It's still the same people. It's just like some of these people happen to dabble into Void stuff. That's it. That's all it is. So if or when the time comes when Illidan descends, he's like, hey, so who wants some fell shit? Or, I got some demons with me. Who wants to get hooked up? And they're like, me, I want to do it. I'm like, you sure, Mechanom? Mechanom's like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Then that would warrant it. But in this case, for the purpose of introducing the spec, it totally makes sense for Void Elves to fit that bill. But it's not like Void Elves became Demon Hunters. It's more like Demon Hunters, got into that Void shit too. So, what about Nightborn? Yeah, Nightborn have nothing to do with it though. When during the Burning Crusade timeline were the Nightborn attacked? And when did they join up with Illidan? They didn't. So it's pretty cut and dry. When were Demon Hunters created? During the during the BC era. Where were the Nightborn? In a bubble. That's it. I'm excited for the Prey feature. I feel like the Danger of Zones was missing in War Within compared to Dragonflight, like the Noku, the Hold Overworld, and the Mongrel something. It might be cool. I have a good feeling that it's like, oh, tanks are gonna love it. Tanks are like, oh, it's just some random mob that shows up, whatever. Everyone else is like, oh shit. That's how I'm looking at it. I get that, but Void Elves should be cross-faction than MO. I'm not... Did I play through the... I don't remember if I played through the Void Elf storyline. So I can't really give a take on that. But I think them breaking off from the Horde, it had something to do with the Blood Elf leadership. You know, it's like, oh, we disagree politically. We're gonna do our own thing. Bye, and then they left. And then Alaria accepted them. So it's like, there we go. That was probably it. Then the whole like, hey, dude, you know, we have the Sunwell here. We don't want your Void shit here. You know, get out. You know, so it could have been something like that. In the Legion inside the Fellhammer, you see them pumped out and trained Demon Hunters, so it's not unreasonable for them. They're pumping out Demon Hunters? So it's not unreasonable. I don't recall that at all. I didn't play enough. Maybe I'm not enough of a Demon Hunter fan, but I don't recall them training new Demon Hunters. I thought I remembered pretty clearly that it was just like the same dudes, but they're just, you know, it's not like there was only 5 of them. There were quite a few Demon Hunters that were trained, but there's like a, you know, just like Death Knights, there's a fixed number of them. Current Silverman is anti, yeah, it's just a, you know, a very fundamental difference. Okay, so I was doing... Oh, no, I don't want to be here. I want to do the... I need to get the good shit. I want to get some good keys. That's right. Disappointing most of you haven't played Warcraft 3, lol. You remember when Warcraft 3 came out? That was a long time ago, dude. Yeah, I mean, well, what are we forgetting about Warcraft 3 that has to, yeah. Let's see, is Shane going on the Fellhammer? Although it accepted it was just the ones that were being set loose from prison. Yeah, I thought that was mostly it. Looks like Blood Elf leadership is about to change based off the Midnight Cinematic lull. Sunwell might fall. I don't care either way, but Blizzard had to realize people would be pissed about it. Well, they can also be pissed about it. Or, you know, they can also be like, you know, maybe that's not a good idea. Hey. Whole quest about the new Void Hunter boss is about a Void Elf learning how to be a Demon Hunter. So did that Void Elf become a Demon Hunter? Or was he always a Demon Hunter and then got into, like, the bad shit? I don't recall. I remember when Warcraft 2 came out. Ugh. Yeah, I think I still have... Hold on. Yeah. I still got my... No, that's WoW. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I still got my Warcraft... my Frozen Throne thing. I got my Reign of Chaos thing. That's... I don't have, like, the older stuff, though. That stuff. You know, it's already ancient enough. I'm surprised the plastic is even like not just like falling apart or whatever. It's not weather worn. Void Elf was a warrior, and at the end of the quest line picks up a warglide. Presumably they'll have more of a character in Midnight Navy. The Void Elf was learning how to be a Demon Hunter. The Blood Elf was trying to harness the Void and needed the Void Elf's help, and it didn't work out. So if anything, it's an example of how you can't, you know, it's not so easy to just make a Demon Hunter. Because we killed him, right? He's dead. Along with his 2 friends. So... Once I switched to Prop Pally for Dells on my mains, and they're easy mode now, thanks for the tips. Oh, it's a pretty simple tip, dude. Like doing stuff as a tank, whether it's Prop Paladin or whatever. Easy mode, man. Oh, it wasn't a confirmed death. Okay. Because I could have swore we looted corpses. So, yeah. That's wild. I guess I missed that part. Okay, so I need to do the keys, right? Keys. I wonder how the new Demon Hunter spec will work with Remix. I suspect it'll just work. So, actually, there is a pretty reasonable chance that it just won't, because the remix will be over before the Void Demon Hunter spec is even available. So now, if you're talking about, hey, how does the artifact thing work? They probably just won't have one. That's it. So, or they'll just make one up when the time comes. You know, that's a later problem. How about that? That's probably the most reasonable conclusion for now. They're not worried. They're not thinking about it yet. They'll wait until when they do another Legion remix. That's it. When evokers were limited to one per server, Mopta didn't change it, and you can only have one evoker, just like evokers won't be in there. I mean, well, I guess trying to speculate on that, if there is another Legion remix, I think they're just going to give it to you and like just leave it at that. So, yeah. Because what what evokers make an example of is they're not going to like add like brand new questing and all that stuff. They're basically not going to break the timeline for it. Okay, so I know I need to do questies so I can float the bar, and then I also need to do the things, the special assignment stuff. I think for evokers in Legion Remix, they should use the legendary from Dragonflight. But they won't. But they won't. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let this play. I think I have the audio working right, so chat, let me know if there's a problem with it. But yeah, I paused this video here right when the Paul Cubit stuff is about to happen. So yeah, just let me make sure everything's cool.
All right.
You know what? I've been to a lot of streamers' houses in my time, and I can confirm that's an accurate representation of what most of them look like on the inside.
We got the whole gamut there of running from like cozy, comfy Mr. GM style to like absolute boozer minimalism.
And their housing as well. Evie, I've got excellent news. We've managed to capture a real-life dev. We've got him in a pincer movement. He can't escape, no matter how hard he tries. We've got Paul Cubit, the Associate Game Director of World of Warcraft here.
Yes, hello, hi, happy to be here. Super excited to finally be sharing details about Midnight with the rest of the world. I mean, we've all been hearing about housing at least a little bit over the last year or so, but now we're able to share details about the zones, about the features, and digging deeper into housing. Folks, like the first group of people just started going through the housing stations just a couple minutes ago, and people are playing, setting up their own goblin dens or whatever they have planned for themselves. So super excited to see people having fun.
A promise of goblin dens. I'm going to check that out later
Yeah,
on.
I can hear screams of delight or fear or joy coming from over there. So really excited to see what they come up with.
So housing has always been one of those things, I feel, that as a World of Warcraft player, I've always wanted, I've always desired it, but I always kind of assumed it was never going to happen. I once had a conversation with Ian Haskostas about it. He looked me in the eye and told me, yeah, maybe. So what was the inspiration to finally make it happen?
I mean, this is something that we wanted to do for forever, and it just, to do it correct, to do it the way that we wanted to do it, we knew it was going to take a long time. So what we're seeing now is the product of years of sort of building up the system to the point where it's at, where we're able to share it with you all today. I mean, think back to Dragonflight eras when like we were starting to build up the team that are building housing to where we're at now. And to be able to get there just took a lot of planning. You know, once we started figuring out, like, okay, this is something we know we can do, we think we're capable of doing in about a couple of years, then we started doing it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no surprise that it's taken years and years to make this feature come to life. With that in mind, is there anything you can share about some of, like, maybe your earliest prototypes or sketches? Maybe
Is the volume okay,
We've got
guys?
something on the screen now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can see, like, honestly, the feature hasn't changed a whole lot from beginning to now. We started with sketches. You know, we knew we wanted to build houses, and that's where we ended up. Players are able to build houses, and the details have filled in over time. Like, one of the things that's been pretty consistent throughout is our foundation. I think you guys are homeowners. You know it's important to have a good foundation. A bad one is a bad thing to have, and those foundations have pretty consistently been to allow players to have boundless self-expression. So to be able to just like express themselves however they want. You know, we've seen this in WoW with Transmog and pets and mounts and other ways you can express yourself, but this is sort of that taken to the next level, that you can really show what type of character your guy is. The second one is that it's something that's deeply social, and so we've talked a lot about neighborhoods being a fundamental feature of housing, and this is something that we continue to want to build on. People joining public neighborhoods, guild neighborhoods, private neighborhoods, and interacting with their neighbors. And then lastly, that this is something that's going to stick around for the long term. That this is not something that's, while it is a feature of the Midnight expansion, it's not going away after Midnight. This is something that we plan to continue developing consistently and have, lots of exciting new options for decor, but also new features coming into housing over the long term.
Definitely be asking you about guild neighborhoods, etc., coming up in just a second.
Yeah.
But picture the scene, if you will. It's day one of Midnight. We're all logged in. We're having our immaculate vibes in Eversong Woods, and I open my first player house. What's the situation? How much decor do I have there to use straight away, and what does it look like?
You will start with a pretty generous sort of starting decor chest that you can start getting into trouble decorating your house without going and collecting anything additional. Everybody, if you're a brand new player, if you've been playing for a while, you'll have this nice starting chest. In addition, if you have been playing for a little bit, you should see that, based on your past achievements, there should be a couple things that are that you already have as well, that you've sort of earned over the last however many years, up to 20, 21 years that you've been playing Warcraft up to this point. So you should have a lot to be able to start playing with. If you should choose to go out and start adventuring through Eversong Woods or into Zul'Aman or even go backwards into some of the previous expansions content, there should be other stuff for you to find in there as well.
So how do we unlock all of that new stuff? Because I appreciate that when I log in, I'm going to be sitting there for 20 minutes while all these new achievements pop and things like that.
Yeah.
But where do I go from there? How do I get more stuff?
There's all sorts of ways to earn decor. I mean, some will just be on vendors. You go into town and there's a chair vendor. We've been hearing lots of nice things about chairs today.
Man. Yeah.
And so you find that chair vendor and you say, I would like to have a chair, please, and you were able to purchase that chair. But there'll also be, professions. They're going to be a big way for us to be able to get decor as well, that you'll be able to craft things with any profession. And this is also backwards looking too. So if you are looking for an excuse to go back and level up your Pandaria or BFA or whatever, inscription, leatherworking, go ahead and, maybe not a bad idea to start looking into that, because there will be plenty of recipes back in there for you to be able to make. And then other things will just be hidden around the world. We have a lot of interesting ways to get stuff in World of Warcraft that we've built up over time. An example that we throw around pretty often is in Mechagon. There was the his name escapes me now, but the little stationary crafting guy that you can use to craft
Pascal,
stuff there.
baby.
Yeah, that you can use that to be able to craft a couple Mechanome-specific things as well. So you should be looking for things like that. Maybe there's something that's really close to the Molten Front, and so you have to advance the Molten Front a little bit to be able to find the vendor in that space. There'll be lots of interesting pieces of decor that are tucked into little places of the world that give you excuses to go back, either explore those places for the first time or experience a little bit of nostalgia and going back to the Molten Front and remembering what those druids were doing back there.
I think you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever by putting all of the best decor in old Silvermoon. I have to go back there to get that stuff.
No, never. That's really exciting. I know the secret finding Discord is going to go absolutely wild about this.
Oh, for sure.
I'm certain there are going to be some really good chairs dotted out in the wild.
Sick, man.
So we've been getting some nice glimpses of interiors, talking about the inside of houses. I'm curious about the outside and what's happening there. How much can we customize the outside of our homes, particularly in regard to, like, can I do a bit of landscaping, some gardening?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so yeah, you will be able to decorate the outside of your home in a couple different ways. First, the house itself. You'll be able to choose through a couple different options of different eaves, different gables and gutters, and there's a whole bunch of terms about the different things that appear on the roofs and outsides of the house. You can tweak that so that they won't all look the same. It won't be tract housing. You'll be able to define how that looks. And then, yes, you can do some gardening. You can put out some bushes, some fences, maybe a little gazebo or a rotunda or whatever
neon
sorts
sign,
of,
baby.
Front yard items you want to have.
Amazing. A very important question. If I plant a beautiful garden and then just fail to water it, not like I've ever done that in real life, will my plants die or am I okay?
Do you want them to die?
Oh.
Sometimes I wonder, honestly.
Yeah. No, they will not die. They'll just sit there. I mean, there's some cool opportunities for role play there. If you wanted to replace them later with to role play as a poor gardener, then for sure you probably replace a night elf plant with a forsaken plant or something like that over time. But no, they'll just sit there.
Paul,
It'll be great. Yeah.
I like orcs. I like humans, but what if I am an elf enjoyer of some sort? Can I make my house on the outside look elfy as well? This is very important to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we have some orc and human inspired looks for sure, but also night elf inspired and blood elf inspired as well. So and also, as I mentioned, this is a feature that we're planning to build up over time as well. And so this and multiple other areas are places where we're looking for this will grow. We will have more options become available over time, and so we're really excited to get people in to start playing it and then start seeing what are people hungry for? What are people most excited for us to build next?
So can we assume that there are going to be new housing updates and decor and stuff added to the game on a fairly regular basis?
Yeah. I think you can think of it how if you ask the same question about Transmog, when do we get new Transmog? Well, it's really whenever you have new cultures added to the game, whenever you had new places you're going, then that's when you have new Transmog or new mounts or new pets or other new cosmetic items like that. Should be no different for decor. That as we go to whatever is beyond the Void Storm in this story, then you should probably expect them to have chairs.
Sick.
Yeah.
So with neighborhoods, okay, I'm in a PvP mood at the moment. I'm assuming it's going to be done on a kind of a ranked matchmaking basis, right? So only people as good at housing as I am will be allowed into my neighborhood, and I'll only be teamed up with other A-grade housing players. Is that right?
There's a very sophisticated matchmaking system, but no, there's no matchmaking at all. There's a house finder feature where you can use, if you're looking for a public neighborhood, you'll be able to just poke around and see which neighborhoods still have, have spots available, which ones, what the populations of each is. You can go tour them and take a look at how that neighborhood is looking and who's living there. But now you can kind of choose to live wherever you choose to live. And then if you are to go into a private neighborhood, then typically you're joining with people you already know. In particular, if that's a guild neighborhood. A guild neighborhood is a different type, a specific type of private neighborhood where it is directly tied to your guild. And so even though the neighborhoods have about 50 plots in them, if your guild is bigger than that, guilds go up to 1,000 people, and if your guild happens to be 1,000 different players, all of them, no alts, the system can support that as well. You just have multiple different instances, stacked instances of that neighborhood. So you'll all be sharing progression. You'll all be kind of sharing the same neighborhood name, same identity.
That is huge news because I was extremely worried I wouldn't make the cut for the guild neighborhood.
I know.
I was like, I am not very popular or powerful in my
Tally.
guild, so wow, that's putting it mildly.
Yeah. So these houses are going to look insane, and I cannot wait to see what people come up with. But I really want to be able to go into other people's homes. If they welcome me. How possible is that to just kind of go in and explore other people's homes?
Super possible. And it is, an important thing is what you said is if they welcome me, right? Because as a homeowner, you can sort of set the rules of who can come into my house, and you can leave the door wide open. Anyone can come in. You can say they have to be invited. You can say, well, my friends can come in or my guildmates can come in. There's a couple different options to be able to just set that ahead of time, so whatever you're comfortable with as a player. But yeah, well, I mentioned, part of the foundation is deeply social. There's nothing more social than people coming into your place and hanging out and appreciating what you've done with the space, whether it be the beautiful bookshelves or the aforementioned goblin den.
I think the social side of it sounds like one of the most appealing aspects to me.
Yeah.
And on the subject of neighborhoods and guild neighborhoods and how can those evolve? I think what everyone wants to hear you say is that there's going to be some kind of guild hall or kind of like social space in there at some point.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, this is something that we're going to continue building over time. Would you believe that you're not the first person to suggest guild halls or shared buildings in neighborhoods?
Wait, you've talked to other people? A little bit offended.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, Charlie says guild hall. I say tavern.
Yeah, I mean,
sure, yeah.
these are all like fantastic ideas, and so we're interested in hearing what folks are interested in building. There's a million different directions that we can take housing in. You asked like what some of our early ideas are. We had pages and pages and pages and pages of ideas, and we've distilled it down to the core we have now, which is like decor, collecting lots of decor, building a house with a tool that lets you sort of get into lots of trouble building whatever you want, placing things that are floating in the air and clipping into one another, clipping into the walls, huge size, tipped around, and so on. And then the social structure around like living with your friends. But then there's a lot of different directions you can go. I think building shared buildings is a really interesting one.
Yeah, and that freedom to kind of break the system
The
and
dream
float things is something that we're really, really
fulfilled.
excited about.
Yeah.
I think that's just about all of our time here.
Yeah.
Talking to you about that. Thanks for some insightful answers and that definite 100% promise of guild holders, which I'm super excited about. Glad we got that exclusive.
That was not 100% promised, but an interesting idea for sure.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Paul.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have another look at a player housing showcase now.
All right, so that was the
We've
Actually,
got
there's
time.
one
I
more
think
little
it's
thing that
really
we do.
Quick. Oh, Paul, we're going to keep
Oh, we
Oh.
thought this wasn't going to happen,
you
but
thought
we
you
did.
could sneak away. We're going to do a quick spot the difference round.
The best thing about player housing is when you make it competitive, so no pressure.
Okay.
Like, but this is going to be on your performance reports. So
Yeah.
if we can take a look at these two images here, what is the difference? Can you spot any?
All right. Okay. Well, the paintings for sure. There was a swaparoo that happened there, so I got
Sneaky.
that.
There's one.
Yep. Is there a banana on the left and not on the right? Am I seeing that correctly?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, good eye. I did not spot the banana.
Straight
Well
into
done.
the fruit bowl.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little hungry. So, the spice rack is what that looks like, and it's smaller on the left than it is on the right.
Yeah.
So I got that going.
Missing a spice as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's the spice rack, and then there's that clock-like thing in the back corner. My spice rack is more in the corner like that at my house, and so that's yeah. But that's the thing which is small. And then there's a book right next to it, which is present on the right and not on the left. Did the rug move? The rug scooched a
I think
little
the rug
bit
got
too.
smaller,
Scoot.
perhaps.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
It may have been
Shrunk in the wash.
a shrink and a scooch.
I'm seeing a couple more.
Combo shrink
I'm seeing a
scooch.
couple more.
Oh, the light. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
light on the roof, on the right and not on the left. Is the
Yeah.
you know what? I see there's some red books on the left and they're green on the right.
Another one. Very good.
Yeah.
I see at least two more.
All right, what do you got?
Speaking of light, I feel like there's some sunlight coming on the right and just some blue light coming in on the left.
I think
Is
that
this-
might be to do with the dynamic lighting
It
of the
could-
hanging lights,
Oh,
which I think is really cool.
there
That
we go.
casts more of a glow over the pictures.
Okay, I take that back.
That's
The
brighter than what I
flowers
saw-
in
what
the,
we saw
little
before, I
table
think.
setting are
That's cool.
different colors
Yeah.
on each side.
And there's
Oh,
a
yeah, look at
difference.
that.
There's a difference in the quality of flame in the pizza oven as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like in one of those pizza
Yes.
ovens, it's cooking nicely. It's going to be floppy. It's going to be all nice. And in the other one, that's coming out as a crisp.
yeah.
You know, so yeah, someone needs to watch that. Well, you have passed the test.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for the answers to our questions.
Thank
we'll be
you
seeing
guys. Yeah.
lots more of you over the course of the event, I think.
Thanks
Ooh,
for
there we
coming
go.
to. Oh, here's the circles. Okay,
Oh,
what
there
did
we
we
go.
miss? Oh,
You were
there's
right.
Oh, we
uh,
missed some
all
paneling.
those. Yeah, the
Some
paneling.
there's lots of
there,
little
and that
things.
Did we
little
get the
black
box?
The little black
Oh,
box.
we
No.
missed it.
It's also obvious when you put circles around it.
Right?
Voidy circles at that.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again. Yeah, thanks for
Amazing.
coming to Cologne and visiting us and playing housing and talking. And thanks everybody for exploring Midnight with us. We can't wait to welcome you as we get to alpha and beta and eventually get this game in your hands.
Amazing. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
I'll pause it for just a bit, and then, like I said, we'll go and I will have to max out the screen again so that people can like see the actual housing gameplay and all that stuff. But it is like a lot of like other creators, streamers commentating as well as creating stuff. So you'll see examples of like what it is they're doing. You'll get like a bit more of a glimpse of like what the controls feel like and what have you. Let me look at chat a little bit more. Do the Chappelle Show skit and Rick James people's couches. If I go to the Sunwell raid and start seeing cool stuff in the decor there, what do I need to do to grab something from my house, like a carpet or a bench or etc.? I think one thing that you can actually consider doing is double checking what what your rep is with the Shattered Sun Offensive, who, by the way, sports one of the coolest tabards ever. And take a look and see like if if you are or aren't exalted, maybe you want to take a look at what you can do there. See if you had completed like any number of achievements. Like it's like almost anything goes. And until we start seeing alpha builds or whatnot that also include housing, it's hard to say. Like, what are we going to, how do we need to prepare? So those questions are going to be answered eventually, just not yet. Oh, I need to pick up that weekly thing too for the cosmetic tokens. Shit. BDSM room calling it now? Maybe. I mean, there's a lot you can do with housing. So like, where's that demo? So let me kind of like help illustrate what's going on here. So actually, I don't think the video will get in the way. It should be fine. But I think I need to maximize this. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so when we go to this layout mode, okay, so if you look at this room here, hold on. So there are a couple things that are going on here. This right here, okay, that clicked all the way in. Okay. So there are, from the looks of it, 4 rooms. All right, wait, what's this actually? Oh, that's just outside looking at the room inside. Anyway, a couple things going on here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms here. So the first one is considered just like a small room, and I think they called it a closet at the time. So there's a small room. This I'm pretty sure is the large room, which I believe is the largest kind of room that you can make. And then here's like a T shape, and then this one is just called like a 2-story thing with like these pre-built stairs. Like these stairs, those are built in already. And then from there you can connect to like other rooms and what have you. All right, I'll see you 10. So now one would think like, okay, from the layout here, it's like, okay, it's only going to be this big or whatnot. But when you zoom in closer, you can see like what the creator here did with this particular house layout. So what happens is like they put up like there's like these different pillars that are being put up. But also they enclose these areas too. So like here's a room, here's a room, here's a room. And then this stuff here is actually just empty space. I don't know what they did here, but there's like there's nothing actually here. It's not accessible from from inside. Like you don't see an area. I think it's like what is it? It like behind here. There's like nothing. Yeah. So you can actually see where the orientation is looking at that particular shot. Do I X that out? Yeah. So you can see where I'm facing. And I just face that fireplace or stove or whatever you want to call it, but then there's nothing back there. So it's a ton of flexibility that you can create. So depending on how they allow the layouts or if there's cost to it or whatnot, you can maybe make multiple large rooms and then create like this really large space. Also, you can create like other floors, elevations. So if you really, really want to, like for example, if you wanted to like take half of this area, like let's say you're a short character, right? And you wanted to get even more floor space and you're not, you're okay with being a little bit claustrophobic, you can just kind of like keep making floors and then create an additional floor inside this floor, which can be kind of nuts. Is it space for stairs? Yeah, you can make space for stairs. There are, it does, I do recall that there were designated rooms that were designed for that. So like this room is not designed for just having like any random staircase that leads up. Um, in that case, what you would want to have is what's called a large tall room. So in that case, you can create stairs wherever you like and put them wherever you want, and then it would go up to that other room. So you do have the flexibility, right? You just need the correct room type to do it. So like this room type doesn't work. This room type doesn't work. This one also doesn't really work because this set of stairs is pre-built. But again, at least from the demo, there was a large room where you can create that sort of space for you. So if you want to walk right in and then there's like stairs right in front of you and it leads upstairs into like this sex dungeon, sure. Because that's the first thing that you want to walk into, right? But maybe not. So the one thing that we haven't seen yet, and like I said, even I only glanced really quick at like what the creators were doing. What I'd like to see is someday is to enter a home, but you descend instead, and the floors go down. That's what I'd love to see. I think that'd be awesome because because then I could have like this sort of vibe where, the outdoor lot. It's just like, okay, you have stuff, but then the door to go inside is just like underground or something like that, or just on the ground. You open it up and then you descend into like this really cool looking, like, check out my base, man. So like an internal treehouse. Yeah, like a kind of like a basement. But then yeah. At the moment, they said that they didn't want to have like a basement sort of feel. But I would like to have like this whole like, hey, you descend into like what seemed like just a storm shelter, but in actuality, it's like this huge, engineer's factory with all these gadgets and doodads and what have you. So that would be like really cool. But this is a really cool demo. I encourage folks to like really like take a look and see what's happening here. So like in this case, again, this is like a pre-build room. But you can kind of see it's not great, but actually let me go here. So you see I want to climb up. So I need to go here, I think, and then turn around and then start climbing up. Okay, I want to go up there, dude. Okay, there we go. There's a stair thing. So you can see how we're kind of climbing up this area here. But if we zoom back out to the layout mode, you can see like these shelves, they're all just making this circular formation around this square room. So the room is like, that's the layout. Now you can use the walls of that room and just decorate on top of those walls and do whatever you want. But or you can use, other decor and shapes to achieve like this different sort of look. So like what you see here are like these pillars that are rotated and angled in such a way that it looks like they're linked together, but they're not. If you look closely, like they're just phased right through. They just jam them right through and to just make them work. And you can even see like I think you could see like kind of clipping here, but it just works, right? It's not super clean looking, but it's and some people might be like, oh, I'm tilted by that. I think it's like, passable. I think it's just kind of the after effect, or it's the consequence of being able to just freely clip stuff without, without really a care in the world. It's just that you're going to see like some of those like kind of messier details, but it still happens to work out. I think I was pointing out somewhere where there was like, you can see like some heavy clipping here too, but it's all just for the sake of like achieving that shape and achieving that sort of look. So if we go look a little bit higher, you can see again, like how this, how they work out this rounded shape, before we go up the stairs. And then now we're here with this different layout. And then you have other bedrooms. And then let me just kind of go all the way across to like this other room. And of course, it's kind of weird having multiple fireplaces and, not quite knowing where they go, but who gives a shit? Whatever. Details, man. Details. How much room do you have for the exterior structure? We haven't quite seen it. I don't think, from what we've seen, I don't think that outdoor decor was being demoed at Gamescom. So I don't know. It may or may not be this extensive. We don't know what the budget, what the item budget is going to be like. But at least for something like this gives you an idea of just how many different doodads, how many different pieces of decor you'll be able to have. And then it looks like this is going to a third floor, which is cool. But yeah, pretty isolated here. There's like not much going on. This is just kind of like the top of this spot, and it looks like this is like a specific room that is shaped a certain way. Yeah, that doesn't look like something, or maybe it is. It's kind of hard to tell. So can I go up? No, that's 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I want to. Okay. Oh, actually, so here is the other one. So it looks like actually this is a elevation that they made. It looks like. Yeah, that's how it looks at least. It's a little hard to tell here because I can't just walk around and all that. Yeah, so I think this particular room, yeah, so I think this is the example of like the 2-story room, because I think what they did was they made walls. Yeah, I think they just made this. So this is an example of a taller, large room, and I don't think that door actually goes anywhere. Yeah, from the looks of it there, yeah, that thing doesn't go anywhere. That's kind of funny. They're really gatekeeping the exterior info. That's a weird way to put it. So far, what inside is interactive? I presume you can sit in chairs. Can you lie on beds? Can you pick up objects and stuff? Is this all for show? From the demo that I did and from a glance, it looks like it's still mostly for show. And which to me is a big minus. What so it's kind of funny where those things that we would like to see, those sorts of interactions, it's technically not a housing thing. That's technically an emote, an animation sort of thing. So you have different folks that cover that, which again is unfortunate. So I'm not trying to excuse anything. I'm just trying to point out the scope of what is real, of what else is involved to try to make housing feel like this very immersive, interactive sort of thing. As far as I know, there is no bed emote. There's chairs. There's the chair thing, of course. That's a thing. But I don't think they've done something with beds. So, I mean, harsh. They're just holding off on it. I mean, I'm curious too. I would like to see them do that sort of, get that stuff sort of ready. So I'm hoping for like alpha, beta, 11.27 PTR to make that possible. So. So basically fly in and log out. Still got to build it. Seems new and different from other games. It's the kind of cross between a base building survival game and other MMO housing systems. I would nix the whole survival part. This is, housing is not a survival, or housing in WoW is not going to be like this survival thing where, oh, you better put up turrets and all that. And keep in mind, I'm a big fan of those kinds of games. I love like base defense and like, defending yourselves from hordes and stuff and having to rebuild your shit after a round or something like that. I love those kinds of games. This is not what they're trying to achieve here. We'll see how players feel about it, but I think the most important thing that they want to do is to just get it in people's hands, to get the feature out there, instead of trying to take a gamble and be like, oh, we think players might want this sort of gameplay in sort of in housing when they may or may not be interested. They're just going to work on the things that they feel that, that they're observing. Okay, this is what people want the most out of it. Meet that need, and then re-examine like some of the feedback and, ask themselves, okay, who feels underserved by this? And let's try to respond to that. That's been the WoW. That's been the WoW thing ever since Dragonflight, where they're trying to look at the underserved audience and try to appeal to that. And that goes for like all the different kinds of gameplay that we've seen. But the villain aspect of putting them together, yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of that. The difference being it's being attached to a 20-year-old game. So that's I'm sure that's a unique challenge for them to try to make all that stuff work. Okay, I need to pick up the questy from the dudes up here real quick. Wife is on Wild Person, but the housing update made me interested. Cool. Are you thinking early access will be 11.2.7 or the pre-patch? 11.2.7. They've pretty much said it throughout different interviews, articles, etc. It's going to be during 11.2.7. It might not be day one of 11.2.7, but it's going to happen during that time frame. And like, I think I have my guesstimations here. So my current guesstimation of 11.2.7 is November 18th, or the week of November 18th. So 1 week before Thanksgiving is when the patch is. But then as for when housing is going to be, I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I don't really have a basis for it. So, were people seeing no season 4 confirmations? Nowhere. I think people are just making it up. I'm still kind of banking on season. I was banking on the turbo boost feeling like a season 4. Like I think that could have worked out. But yeah. I mean, season like a traditional season, that's not going to fit. An abridged season isn't going to fit in this current timeline. So even I've had to like concede and be like, okay, it's not going to happen. But I've kind of fallen back to the possibility of the turbo boost, which is going to happen mid-October or late October. That could be like a that can feel it can feel a little bit like a season 4, but not really. No gear reset, but they'll just, up item levels. They'll open up all the old raids, the dungeons, and blah, blah, blah. So it's possible. Oh, did they say it in past interviews? I don't think they ever straight up said, no, we're not doing a season 4. Yeah. If there is, I missed it. No, if there is, I cry so hard. Oh, well. I guess, like, we can hand wave and be like, well, they're going to, now that they've something crash, now they can actually rebuild their world and they can fucking care less about us. And say, yep, you guys got, we did our Dementius thing. You guys can do your Xaltat thing. Like, have fun. We gave you all the warnings and told you everything you need to know. Good luck, buddies. Have fun with your planet and all that. Okay, so where was I? I am doing like a little bit of everything. I need slate back. Essence. Let's go. Then there says no season 4, but they did say that we're having 3 seasons or something, of course, or something like that. I don't recall anything specific they said on it. Just like dropping like the little hints and stuff. But at the moment, it's just feeling like pretty unlikely. Time is the last expansion, then WoW 2. Oh yeah. Seeing how people are trash talking the cinematic quality, though, it makes you think, okay, do you really want like a WoW 2 with realistic graphics and all that stuff? Season 4 is still on the current roadmap? I don't remember seeing a roadmap that had season 4 on it. When's the interview at? It already ended. It was earlier this morning, and I just finished the replay of it. People didn't like the cinematic quality. No, like there was some Reddit thread who was saying like, oh god, look, the cinematic people, Lorthamar and Liadrin, like they look like wax compared to Anduin. Because take a look at this, and then they freaking compared a high res picture of Anduin versus like what looked like a 1080p version of the screenshot of Lothamar and Liège. I'm like, yo. So I put up some post earlier. I'm like, yo, if you're gonna like you can say what you want, but at least, at the very least, do like proper comparisons. So I linked the high res versions of the cinematic stills of both Anduin and Lorthamar. You see kind of close ups. I'm like, compare that before you judge. But maybe I don't have an eye for it. So I'm just gonna kind of like accept what people's opinions are and go from there. So slate back things, right? Where's my slate things? I gotta go in here and then find the dudes. Okay, I was here already. All right. What if the restored dungeon becomes a starting spot for ethereals? It doesn't feel like there's going to be room for that, though. It doesn't seem like it. Because we're going to see what are they called? The Heronir. Like they're probably going to be introduced as an allied race the same way that the Earthen are. There's going to be like some initial questing that you're doing, and then once you're done, you do some extra stuff, and then ta-da, you can start playing as them, and like that's it. So pretty straightforward. There was that chance with the ethereals, but I also think to myself, why should they care, or why should they join the fight or whatever? So it's like, get your stuff right. I'm not even disagreeing with people who are like, oh, the quality sucks or whatnot. I'm like, at least frame it like the right way, because it's super misleading. Because like the Reddit thread, like people just ate that up. Yeah, man, how come they look like that? I'm like, oh, you guys suck. One of the mounts you can buy from the ethereal works on the phase diving. Well, I think any mount you have works. Yeah, I think any mount works. So I can get on my rocket, or okay, it's not even. I think I get on my rocket, but I just get on like a generic whatever this mount is, and that's it. All right, I think I need to do more for the. Oh shit! I popped up in the wrong part of town. Okay, so is there a special assignment thing? I can't tell. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's behind the thing. All right. So let's do, and it looks like it's available. Oh, no, I need to do 2 more. Okay, 2 more things. Okay, we'll do World Boss. I was doing a housing panel today. No. As far as it looks, they don't have a housing panel schedule, which I find odd. But the person who's in charge of housing is on leave. So maybe that's why they're not doing a panel, which kind of like, hey, I'm sure players would be like, hey, fuck that guy. Just, just have someone do a thing. But that's what they decided, I guess. Or hey, we've been doing blog posts here and there, so we've revealed a lot over the past year, but I would like to know like some specifics, and hopefully those questions will be mostly answered during the systems panel on Saturday. You need to collect a weapon transmog from the orbs when phase to unlock the phase mounts. Wow. I unlocked a shield, so I'm pretty happy about that. I wonder if the army at the end of the cinematic is supposed to be ambiguous. I think so. Because if you recall the feature trailer, like you see a whole bunch of people from their houses being like, oh, look over there. There's like all this shit going on. And it's like, okay, let's fight, which is kind of odd because that's nowhere near Silvermoon. That was the area by Stormwind, because that's where the Alliance version of housing is. So that sort of communicates to us that, yes, maybe the Void is going to attack all over the place, including by Stormwind, as mostly a distraction to keep the races isolated and stuff. So, also worth noting that elven faces are on purpose more clean, more androgynous, and beautiful compared to a roughed up Anduin who hasn't had a bath in some time. And that's why some people are like are trash talking the cinematic version of Liadrin because she ain't hot enough. Basically, I mean, I'm I'm seeing a lot of the talk is like dancing around that, but I think for the most part they're just trying. I think they're uh, not so subtly trying to just uh, not body shame necessarily, but I think they're just trash talking like, oh, she's supposed to be hotter. She's supposed to look more like her character model, which is a very fair take. But I'm also looking at that as, they're looking at it like, hey, the cinematic model needs to look more like the character model. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, I think they need to make the character models just have more variety because, to so that way people can express their character the way that they feel like having them. Someone like Liadrin, who's like been like a battle-hardened paladin, all business all the time. She ain't no princess or nothing like that. Maybe she was always meant to have like a rougher look to her, but the character models just prevented that from happening. And they never bothered to create a unique model for her before then. And this isn't doing her any this isn't doing her any favors. Could be that. So I think it's Thursday. They're set to show off some of the zones and stories, so we'll see how much we get. Yeah. So I'm going to be covering that tomorrow as well. I'll just play the panel just like I did with this stuff here, and then we can do our little reactions from that. And like that's it. As for like a coverage, I might do like a short VOD, um, with like some updates, things that we've learned, clarifications, and then as well as the stuff that the little bits that we learned from the housing panel, not panel, the little interview that happened along with the feature. Character model should be updated because hers is kind of old and generic in game. I'd love to see just more customizations too. Not everyone wants to have like a super hot looking elf chick. They want them to look hard too. Maybe. She looks off there using the ESO model as reference, and to me it doesn't work. I think it's just kind of like an eye-opening thing for us, and people are reacting to it, and it's appropriate because it's kind of like a shocker after almost 20 years. Like, oh, so not all elves look, samey like that. Some of them can look like this too. So the head blood elf guy whose left eye was damaged looked great near that for the character mode to look that good. Most blood elf models look extremely bitchy. I remember that too. I remember my wife, she was making her character. She's like, so why does she got like resting bitch face all the time? She looks so mad. Like she never looks like she wants to be here. No one's happy. Because MO in the cinematic trailer, she's conventionally attractive, but grifters be grift. No, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm waiting for like those kinds of folks to leave their commentary if they haven't already, but oh well. I don't got much to say about it. If you don't like the way she looks, there's that's an opinion. I'm not gonna fight you on it. No, the cinematic itself was dope. Oh, it was good. I was watching it a couple more times because I was like, oh, right, they have a 4K version. Fuck yeah. So I was playing that. It looks good. I'm very, I thought it was dope. But in classic WoW fashion, it's not conclusive, right? Like I was hoping, Big Cope, I was hoping for a successful defense of Silvermoon City / the Sunwell, but it's open-ended. Kind of like how with BFA, we didn't know quite how that was going to work out. Like with Legion, we didn't quite know how that was going to work out. Things can happen, and we'll just have to see. Both Andrew and Legend look like real life actors to me. Photos look cool as fuck. They finally got some love. Their armor looks so good. Oh, it looks so good in cinematic form, man. Well, I guess all of it, all like, the WoW appearances, Mog and all that stuff, they're dressed so goddamn sharp. I was like, the cinematic, I think Legion is all right. Not every female Blood Elf should be the hottest ever. And as you said, bitchy, Lorthamar was also made pretty good. Oh, he looked good. He looked kind of... There's one shot where... Like, he's not thick. You know, like think of the Mist of Pandaria opening cinematic. That human was like... It looked like he was like twice as thick as like Lorthamar. And that's kind of appropriate because we understand like the typical elven trope is that they're lighter, they're thinner, they're lighter, they're more lithe and all that, and it really showed with that they ain't all that thick. It looked that human from the mob cinematic, he looked like he was like twice the size of or twice the thickness of an elf. Are you theory crafting who came out of the Sunwell? No. I'm thinking it's just I'm kind of okay, I don't know. But I'm not theory crafting it so much. We're going to find out for sure. I don't think there's a huge mystery behind it. Doesn't Legend look like... Okay, I'm not familiar with either of those actors. If they do make a WoW 2, eventually it needs to be made where everything has high-res cinematic quality. Oh, that'd be awful. I don't think I'd be a big fan of that at all. Let every race be paladins now, please. Someone pointed out on the Discord channel, they pointed out on a YouTube short, you can see a cool Tyrion paladin. So let me get that screenshot. I saved it somewhere. Yeah, so don't die. Is it almost dead yet? Come on, guys. So here's the screenshot from a short, and you can see like here's a cool Tyrion who's dressed a lot like a paladin, and you kind of think, okay, maybe that's an Aranthi person, but then standing next to them is an elf person who could theoretically be could be an Aranthi person as well, but then there's a Draenei person over there on the side, so that screams at me, okay, those are players. These are 3 player models, and this is one of them, a cool Tyrion, who is maybe a warrior, transmog like a paladin, but I'm gonna say paladin. So hopefully there's just gonna be more to learn over the next couple days. Hopefully they'll expand on paladins, but from that short it seems more like an Arathi, whether he's a human or elven. Yeah, I'm not thinking that. Because that, unless the Draenei joined the Empire, I think a cool Tyrion paladin is more likely than a Draenei Arathi person. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Boop. Makes sense. Also, the boss lady in Prior Redemption is also cool Tyrion. Yeah, so I think it's just a matter of time. Like, it's going to happen. The question is when. So once we find out, get ready. You might be able to farm some clout. Yay. Okay, so I got that one, and I think there's like one more I can do for the thing. All right, so I'm gonna let this housing thing run for a bit while I just play, and then we'll see how this goes. So what's for lunch? Salad, most likely. Yeah, salad. I can't really do a skip. So it's gonna to sell it for YouTube. But, drugs. I'm gonna see on the thread.
Cyclone around the corner, Riker can't get there. And what explodes! G Blockto are playing out of their minds. This is personal. Oh, almost not dodging the song of Chi G, but everybody is dead. How is Sidu gonna pull this one back?
We're back, and not just by ourselves. Look, Esfand is here.
Back from the field.
I'm back from the field. I'm back from the field. Both of the fields, I was working the cornfields before this, just out there, getting real down and dirty, and then, because actually, I moved into
Use
the
my
house
message
over
as a
there.
screenshot
So,
in your
making sure the
video
lawn was
about all
good,
races
that.
and paladins.
thank
We
you.
noticed the
Great.
blanket.
Thank
so-
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of work went into that. I'm really proud of it. That's kind of like, it's my life, my whole, sort of life achievement, I guess.
Like, that's not even a joke. In the times I've had to play with player housing, because I'm a YouTuber, I want to break stuff. I want to see
it's
stuff
how
I'm not
one
supposed to
epic
see
music for
and
trailers
get
nowadays.
secrets. But every time just got completely caught up in putting things together and the intricacies of making books bigger and smaller and slotting
Maybe it
them
should
on
be
shelves
acapella
and floating
instead.
up in the air and clipping them through things. And the potential for creativity is amazing. And I think we're going to see loads
Or should
of
it be
that,
like
in
EDM?
this creator clash here.
Because that's what
we went
it's
and,
one or
so
the
we
other.
actually we got to do the housing. How many months? It was like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Right. We got to see kind of like the first draft of it. This was out in Boston, and they told us they're like, okay, do this, do that, make sure you're not breaking anything. Immediately, all of us just broke everything. And I was on the table, I was flying around like some magic carpet table basically, and. I mean, it's just so cool because you have so many opportunities to be creative.
Yeah.
And we got a chance to give our feedback, and I mean, for me, I'm look, I'm a big fan of breaking things, huge fan of breaking things. So I'm hey, just let the kids play, let them do that. So hopefully they keep a lot of that in because I think it's fun.
Oh yeah, man! We had jump puzzles. People were creating death pits, but also kind of movable things as well. And it's amazing how specific you can make everything to your favorite kind of WoW race or your class or something.
Yeah, hopefully we'll farm that out
Elf Rogue,
on Saturday
you can
in
make
Necro.
an interior that is very Night Elf Rogue themed. Which is awesome.
Okay.
Jumping into the housing showcase, which actually
I'm gonna
no
skip
idea
ahead.
how
I
hard it
want
is
them to get
out. Our
right
first
to it, man.
challenge.
Game and you have your
Okay, here we go.
characters, and some people have their one character that they play, and that character has a story, right? So you can go and you can take that character story and you can expand on it and you can showcase it with housing, right? And there's all kinds of stuff that people can do in the game currently or over the years, right? Even the collections and the achievements and the transmog. The game has changed so much in all these years, but it's man, you get to the point where housing
System deep dive is Saturday.
And if you're an old school player, you remember. People have been begging for housing for years.
Oh, yeah.
Years and years and years. So people have wanted housing forever. Even whenever the game first came out, people know now there was the portal in Stormwind in Classic where it was what's this portal? And then eventually people found out it's that was intended to be a housing area. Yeah. And then now that they're finally, all these years later, able to expand on it and put together a fully fleshed out housing system, I think it's great. What is this guy doing?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this is Mr. GM, who has gone for the blue theme throughout, covering literally every surface and every piece of furniture in blue. You know what? That is one way to express faction pride for sure. I love the rug coverage. And you guys can see here that it, in action, the kind of the resizing, moving around a little bit, the way you can place items, the way you can recolor items. You can see the candelabra there that's standing has been turned completely blue with a dye, and you can really go wild. And I think it's nice to see these kind of.
Isn't it wonderful how much you can do? I'm not going to joke. I wanted player housing so much that my bar was very low. To be honest, I'd have accepted any old rubbish. They could have fobbed me off with the most simple player housing system, and I'd have got on my knees.
I was that way
but
too.
this is
I was I'll settle
genuinely
for less.
awesome stuff. The amount that you can do.
They totally blew away my
Look at this velvety boudoir.
Yeah.
It is Mr.
It
GM.
is Mr.
Yeah.
GM. Just throwing a little green just to break up the blue. But yeah, you're right, Charlie. The system is extremely robust, and as you can see, there's kind of a snap to grid function. There's a resize function, and there's a more kind of you guys have tried this out. As you can see, there's a gimbal, right? Look at that.
I love a gimbal.
Yeah,
You
this
can
is
shift on
great.
any axis.
And it's super intuitive.
Yeah, so you can move
I
things
love a gimbal.
literally anywhere. as you
gold.
can see, you can have them kind of poking out of other pieces of furniture, out of the actual house itself, to just to kind of create the effect that you want. Oh, nice. Okay, we've got.
I think the
we've got
more
a
important
little,
takeaway is that you can easily
alliance
toggle
Torture
between
area.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
advanced
yeah.
and the basic
This is,
kind of shit.
whoever this is, they're trying to give him the chair. This is a PvPer.
Yeah.
They're trying to give someone the chair here.
It looks like a trap.
It's
Oh,
either-
no, it's
yeah,
like
it's
alcohol.
a party. It's
Yeah.
a party.
No, yeah, it's a Pika. Yeah.
I do appreciate the fruit, just for like a little bit of nourishment,
Yeah,
a little
you know.
sustenance, you know.
Yeah, he's probably gonna throw that in the alcohol.
Ferment it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but look, yeah. So right, you can resize, you can move, you can stick anything you like anywhere. Relax on that lovely sofa and just admire the view of the fireplace. We've got Annie Fuchsia moving that around and exploring the features.
Making me
there.
think of Blender.
I
mean,
don't know
I
about you, but
can't think
am
of a
just so
better
excited
way
to just
though
cycle
to
through
like
all of the
achieve
options
that
we
sort
can
of
have,
3D
just go through
rotation and
every
all that.
potential
Like,
item. I cannot wait to see the things that I can find.
if they can figure it
out
out,
in the world as well.
that'd be
like, that's gonna
kinda
be such
cool.
an incredible experience.
The way they're connecting all the collections to professions and to questing and to going back and doing old achievements and stuff like that, I think it's incredible. I think it to get us back out into the world and collecting all that stuff, because that's what WoW's at its core, at its best. It's just a big old collectathon.
So I'll give my like. So this is from my perspective as somebody who was like, I was an old school WoW player and I stopped playing WoW for years. I was an old school WoW player. I stopped playing WoW for years, and then I came back. I did my toes in because it's like who really quits, right? I would, it's like play this expansion for a month, do that. But then I came back in at the end of Legion, and I was never really into collections. This is me coming in as somebody who played a lot in Vanilla WoW, somebody who played a lot in Burning Crusade. I wasn't really into collections. But then over time, I realized I was like, wait a second. Your mounts, your appearances.
I mean,
all
so
this-
many people
all
who
these
work
things
with
that you
3D
get over the
stuff,
years,
like,
it's something that
they
as
would
time
have
has
given the
gone on,
feedback
it's become more and
to
more valuable because that's
evolve,
a persistent, tangible progression
with,
that you have
rotating
that
stuff.
I didn't really think about whenever I played
So
WoW
I'll
back
trust
then.
the-
'Cause
I'll
to
trust
me, it
the
was like, okay,
experience.
well, what's the gear? Like, what are the stats? Oh, this weapon's better. But now, whenever the game's been around for so long, you don't want to waste having all these cool things that you've been able to get over the years. You don't want to waste the cool mounts. You don't want to waste the cool appearances. And now you're able to do that with your housing as well. So I think that's going to be super sick.
I love the idea that it won't just be random stuff in a catalogue or collection. This is stuff that you've earned. This is stuff that, some of it will be quite rare, I guess, from achievements and things like that. And it's funny you were mentioning that connection that you have to your character after all that time. Because we can show all of other people's work, and we can show you sort of pre-made things that we got to show off later on. But I get the feeling that a lot of WoW players, they already know exactly what their player house is going to look like because they know their character and
Not
they know
me,
that
man.
character's story.
I have no
and
fucking
that
idea.
character's vibe from a kind of. I've got a little RP headcanon for all of my characters.
Yeah, surely. I think it's going to be amazing going in. I'm really excited to see.
Like,
kind
who
of,
knows what they want their house to
where
look
my
like
design
already?
Will go. And even just,
I have
cycling
no
through
idea.
Items that we have.
Okay, I will have shields
bring,
everywhere. That's for sure.
past raids, past dungeons,
But I guess the question
creating,
is
like,
how
a
am I
whole,
gonna shape it?
display shelf of the experiences you've had in WoW. Like, we've never been able to do that really before, not in such kind of like a tangible way directly in the game, and not in a way that you can just kind of show off to your buddies, right?
Right.
Someone comes to your house and you're like, check out this shelf, which I farmed.
I say that to my buddies all the time. What are you talking about?
Hey, check out my shelf.
Not the shelf, the chair. I should have said the chair.
Chair, big chair guy. I'm a big chair guy.
But the idea of like collecting trophies, or maybe from like Mythic Plus seasons or PvP seasons, and literally displaying those in your house, pretty cool. Looking at the work here, I'm really hoping that one of our creators up on stage discovers the whole button you can press to literally just change all of the walls and all of the ceilings and all the floors.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And all the floors, and suddenly you're in Silvermoon.
There's a button?
There's a button. I found the button.
Yeah, that's what's funny is this is a showcase, right? To get somebody in there, get creators.
I think you
in
just
there playing
select
for
a
the
wall
first
to do
time.
that.
But it's also kind of like to get somebody in there, get creators in there playing for the first time. But it's also kind of like they're like lab rats.
Right?
Because now it's like, okay, what is somebody who has no idea what to expect going into this? Because none of these guys were actually. I think Mr. GM was there. Was Mr. GM there? I think Mr. GM
No,
was there.
no one was
No, he wasn't?
there.
Okay.
These
He was
are all
there in
new
spirit.
people.
He's there. In spirit. He's always there. In
I was
spirit.
carrying a
always
picture of
there.
him in my wallet, as
Yeah.
always. So.
Yeah. So yeah, but no, it's it's cool. It's just like cool to see like, okay, like somebody has no idea, go in there and just like, how is somebody gonna react to this? So how's somebody gonna use the tools? And I know one of the things too is like looking at the gimbal, for example.
Yeah.
Right. The gimbal. Like, let's say if you've done any like 3D sort of like design stuff, that's a very common thing there. But like maybe if somebody's never done that, they might not they might not find that as intuitive, but no, I mean, you just see it and it's like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Well, and you don't have to use the gimbal, of course. That's just the advanced option.
That's the
there is
advanced.
like a snap to grid function where it's all very, very simple, and you're literally just kind of placing things in the room with all the physics taken care of.
Yeah, I love that flexibility, right? Like I get the sense that even if you're you know, someone who's not.
Well, I think
so into the idea of
I think
housing,
driven that
not
has to
sure
do
where
with like
start,
unique
you can literally
items.
go in and
But
you
for
put
the
your
most
bed,
part,
and
like
you put your
what we're
bedside
working with
table,
here is like
your
all
chair,
that
and you're done,
all that
you
stuff
know, and
is
if that does it for
basic
you,
stuff
that's perfect,
that
but
we're
I love
looking
that
at
you have
for the most
extra
part.
customization as well.
Good to get a posture check there in the background of the
there
camera. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no, I love the camera. I'm one of those
You
guys.
don't say.
I need attention. Thank God I'm on camera. No,
It had been a while.
Yeah,
It was like, starting to shake,
I
starting to
was
sweat.
getting
It was
stressed
like,
out,
yeah.
dude. I was getting stressed out. Yeah, I needed attention.
So
Like
yeah,
and subscribe.
I have to say this one for the moment is definitely the bluest of our options, and I love like you've got a
Science
well,
lab? That'd be
right?
cool.
I love that their option. You know,
I want to make this
features that you can
cool
put outside, but
engineering
inside
spot.
as well. So you
I think
can
that'd be very cool.
bring in the greenery, bring in the outside in.
Place windows anywhere, place partitions anywhere, and to a certain extent, you can even create sort of the depth of and the height of the ceiling by bringing things down as well, which is really awesome.
Oh, there we go. There's a little.
Oh, we got a silver moon partition, everyone.
Oh, yeah, oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, I was,
It's like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah.
No,
Wrong-
you know
wrong
what?
theme. Oh, just another rug. You know what? I think another rug might.
A floating rug?
A floating rug would be nice.
Yeah.
I think a floating rug would really bring the house
rugs?
together.
Yeah.
I love the kind of curved wall that Mr. GM has created here as well.
Yeah.
It's like so cozy.
Man, you know what? I like making a house is great and all, but man, I would just love to role play as the HOE. Man, just be that guy and go in there and just, hey, man, your lawn, your grass is too hot. You can't have that flower bed over there. See, I would love to do that.
I think the WoW
I feel like
version
in
of the
private and
HOA
guild
would be
neighborhoods
like,
that will have
there's like clipping
essentially
over
an owner
there.
like a guild does.
Yeah.
You
Here
will
it
have that
is.
opportunity as fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
you
can
can
be
role
as
play.
tyrannical as you like. You can go in there.
You
I could-
already own the biggest house at Gamescom.
Yeah,
so,
true.
You know.
Yeah, maybe. I hope I could be as tyrannical as I am in real life. That would be nice.
I love the idea of going around
That'd
being
be
like, what's this night elf stuff you've got going on the outside here?
Yeah.
Nah, not in this neighborhood,
No,
chum.
we don't do
So
that.
notice how that
I'm
light,
loving
that,
the
how
approach
this is like.
here, which is just to create a giant
moonlight?
fireplace.
I wonder if you can toggle
I
that
find
and
that
just
very
change it
alliance-y,
immediately to
right?
daylight.
Just mostly
Just
fireplace.
sitting and enjoying, you know.
Or if you can like
the warm
simulate
glow of the light,
like day and
the
night cycles and
gold
stuff and
glinting
change
from
like
the
all the
alliance.
windows
We've got
lighting
Zaryu
at
and
once. That'd be
Peekaboo
pretty.
doing their
That'd be
thing.
pretty
I'm
cool.
very keen to see how they've elaborated. I loved the streamer setup. That was
Yeah, it was great.
That was fantastic.
Bed in shot, very important.
Yeah.
It looks like all of our creators are going for an alliance theme here. Is that
Yeah.
surprising to you?
Maybe just because most of the promo images we've seen of housing tend to look like the Alliance ones. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think maybe people just picked up on that and they're like, yeah. But yeah, I was hoping to see at least one horde. Seeing as we're standing in front of Silvermoon, hold on. I
Yeah.
feel like we're letting the horde down right now.
Yeah, well, I think they were inspired by my
Freaking
house.
bias.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
It is right that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they might have been inspired by my
Which
They
house.
just
is
wanna
as big as
recreate-
Silvermoon.
They need to get that out their systems, you know, and then we
Yeah.
can move on to,
Yeah.
to more
no.
horde type stuff
Oh,
later.
yeah,
I
no.
like what's going
Oh,
on here.
nice.
A little bit of an upside down. Oh, okay. So we've got Forsaken Banners, a little blue runway. Okay, so
Here we
we're
go.
mixing the mixed faction pride here.
So this
The
is our
duality
Silver Moon.
of faction pride.
This is our Silver Moon floor base that you can like literally just switch between. Which
Oh
is
yeah,
really
there we
cool.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Showing
And
them
these
stuff.
walls as well, and changing the base kind of setup of a room like this is as simple as a press of a button and
Yeah.
taking it down a menu, and suddenly it goes from that human look
Oh,
to that
there we
elf
go.
I
look,
think
and I
he's
love it.
flipping.
He's
Yeah,
flipping it, so
yeah.
he's going all
A
horde.
turncoat.
Okay. I thought we were going to get a little bit of both here, but no, I like it.
He went
He's
onto the
going all
store, he
horde
got a
now.
faction change.
Yeah. Brilliant. Don't forget to change your bed sheets.
Are you giving,
Those are
are you
so
giving
Some
Blizzard
void
ideas?
decor. That'd be kinda cool.
Housing faction change?
Yeah, it won't surprise
Yeah,
me
I don't,
if
I
at
don't want to
launch
see them mixing
they
it up. I want
stick
one or
with,
the other. Like the winner of
you
this
know,
competition, I
the
think, is
more
going to be
generic
a
themes that they have, like the folk.
I don't want any
the, you know,
fence sitting.
the more
all right?
neutral
I
stuff.
don't want.
You
I
know,
don't
some
want Horde
faction
and Alliance
things.
holding hands.
You know
I
what?
would-
And
I
then
would- to
legacy
your
content,
point,
and
I
then
mean, look,
everything
if you
else is
have
going
any-
to like
anything
come
from
out
the
over
faction
time.
there,
It's going to be
just
attached
like,
to
destroy
leveling.
it,
It'll
put
be
in the
attached
corner.
to
If it's on
endeavors
fire,
and
it
that
should
Just
be
sort
see
of
an
fine.
act of
thing.
Yeah.
aggression. Yeah.
Totally. Put it in the pizza oven, let it burn. Or there is, I don't know if you remember from when we were playing it before, but there's this brilliant piece of decor called the Gilnean Problem Solver, which is just a big guillotine.
Oh, yeah.
Really good. And of course, you can make it into a small guillotine, have it on your desk, very nice. Or you can have it as a big guillotine, like an LX-size beheader, which I think is great. And I feel like there's a lot of room for this in the Faction Pride
the
theme.
RP possibilities, the potential is unlimited. I love it. That's delightful.
You can see the search menu here with
Man,
all the
nothing
different
says Faction Pride than wanting
of
to
player housing
destroy
stuff
the
as
other
well.
enemy.
And that's really easy to
destroy
search.
the
It's
other
got a search
faction.
bar at the top there, and that searches top there, and that searches for the item name, but also for kind of metadata as well. So if you put in window, it's just whether a window has a window in the name or not, it's going to bring up all your window
Now,
options.
can I search by color or faction?
That's a good
Has anyone just
point.
typed Horde and Alliance
Well,
in there?
I put Silvermoon in there, and I just got a whole bunch of
nice.
Blood Elf stuff, which was really cool. But of course, there is the die system as well. So if a color is not to your liking, madam, then you can always switch that. You can always change it up, because a lot of these items, particularly the new ones that are being made for the launch of player housing, they have the option to apply dyes to them and change that color.
Fantastic.
I guess there's some lag when I was doing the recording. So.
I hope you like Inscription, Evertel. I hope that's your favoritist profession in the whole wide world. Yeah, I hope that's your favoritist profession in the whole wide world. Yeah, it's funny that. Yeah.
You know what? It's worked out really nicely for us.
And you can.
You know what? It's worked out really nicely for us.
Okay.
And you can change like loads of different elements of them as well. So the table, you can change like the wood color, but also the color of the sort of the metal and everything like that. So it's really cool and gives you like so many options.
One thing I want to add in here before I want to get out there with the guys and harass those guys, because there's nothing more than I love than messing with these guys. I do want to say, like, I'm going to nerd out for a second. If you're like a I'm going to nerd out for a second. If you're like a
my extra action button,
the old armor sets, like
it
the
causes
OG, like
the
you think
video
vanilla,
to rewind
everything.
a few seconds. There was
a big thing whenever WoW came out, versus a lot of other MMOs and whatnot, where WoW had a very different art style, where it's very colorful, and they had a lot of intricate different armors
so
and
weird.
all these designs on the armor.
I
And
hit
then a lot of
this
other
button.
MMOs, it's like, oh well, they had armor dyes, but WoW didn't. So it's like,
Okay,
okay,
now
well,
it's
if WoW's doing all this stuff that's like
How
cutting edge,
weird.
how do they not? Okay, well, if WoW's doing all
I
this
did it
stuff
again.
that's like cutting edge, how do they not have armor dyes? Well, the reason was because the design of the armors and stuff and the details, they were like, yeah, if we just like blanket dye something, it's going to look really bad. So for them to go back and
weird.
add the dyes to something like this, or like to make new assets altogether that are like either very similar to stuff that you've seen, or like they like redid something or made something new altogether. They made sure to make it to where like you have as many customization options as possible, and I think that's. If you know that history, I think that's pretty cool. They went back and actually did that.
Do you think this could be a first step on the way to transmog dyes? I know that's something be very popular.
That would be wild if they did that. I don't know if. Oh, that'd be so much work.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be so much work.
Look, I don't want to put words in developers' mouths here, but I'm pretty sure that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about it. You go back and you redo all those. I mean, there's just so many different appearances in the game now.
But they're having to do that with a lot of the old furniture as well, because, of course, basically every asset that's in the game now, every doodad, every table, what have you, it's all going to appear in there at some point down the line. But we need to get you to stage to go and... you need to prod those guys.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
You need to sort of, like... There's a bit more...
Stoke the fire
you need
a
to,
bit.
like, basically instill in them a sense of horde pride.
I will, yeah.
I want to see more red.
I'll destroy their egos. Yeah, I'll tell them
Perfect
that. I mean, I won't even look. I'll just tell them it's the worst house I've ever seen. So.
It's tough love. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. So.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna head up there.
All right. Cannot wait to see.
So Annie Fuchsia with another Alliance theme here.
Yeah, there we go.
She's got a loot
really
chest
stepped
in
into
there,
it.
as you would expect.
Plenty of loot chests.
Bigger
And again,
Delightful.
we've gone very, very blue.
Yeah,
And
you gotta
this is
size
like
that up.
what I would describe as classic player housing right here.
Yes.
You know, this is what I envision player housing to be. Like you say, this is very much how the initial kind of concepts of player housing were presented to us when it was made a thing. I think the very first kind of little teaser trailer cinematic thing that they gave us was a house very much like all of these, where your man comes in, he's in his armor, he's clunking down to the fire.
Right,
he
he-
puts
You know
his
what's been
notebook
funny
on his
is
mug
if
down.
Yeah,
one of the
and
people
there he
here,
is.
And that's what I want. And we
they
did
just
see
did
in Annie
nothing
Fuchsia's
but
house
try to make
there,
a QR code
Nixia's head as well.
and the
on
QR
wall,
code
which is one of
linked
those
to either a
trophy
Rickroll
items.
video or
You
to
not
like
only
the
have a room of
the Horde
Nixia's heads,
some
that's
sort
a
of
one-off
WoW
thing.
cinematic or something.
She only had
That
one
would
head,
be
Evertel.
pretty
Can you
funny
make it big and
actually.
small?
think so. I hope so.
I hope so.
My real question, and I can't believe I didn't get a chance
Timelines,
to
they
answer all
finished,
this,
or at least
it is moving
housing-wise, they're
parts,
done. Fel. This stream was from this morning.
The pre-order pictures.
Yes.
So Zalatath and
the
Ranger General.
portraits,
Yeah, the
the
portraits that we can put on our wall.
Yeah.
Can I put multiple of those? Can I have a room of Zalatath? That's the only question I need an answer for.
Naturally.
I will make that my mission to find out.
The answer is yes, I say so. In the meantime, we are going to hand over to Sven and see what's going on with our competitors.
Oh, what's up, everybody? We are back. We are here with Peekaboo. We're here with Zaryu. We're here with Mr. GM and Andy over there. And Pika, your house looks terrible.
I finally decided what I wanted to do, and then they called time. I was about to build this crazy window wall. I was going to build an arena in here and make an alliance theme, but I ran out of time right when I started cooking, because I couldn't find my direction at first. And now I've got my mini bar set up here and my little bed over here, fruit stand.
What's the fruit stand?
It's always good to have fruit around. It's fresh too.
You know what? Fruit actually is like, it's such a good snack. It's very refreshing, but it's got a lot of sugar. But it's like, it feels like it's not bad because it's like natural, you know?
Yeah, it's good sugar. It's like an energy boost. So for the arena, right? There's a couple ideas coming around, but next challenge, I'm locking in on one idea, and I'm gonna do it better than everybody here.
You wanna know what's crazy? We were watching we only saw your screen, right? We were watching a preview, and when we went and we saw that, I was like, okay, this looks like a torture chamber. You got like electricity and all this stuff. It looks like you're trying to give someone the chair. But then I saw the alcohol, and I was, oh, that's Pika. Immediately, yeah, that's Pika's.
I mean, yeah, the bar is electric. It's like exciting. This thing's like, there's some danger next to what's going on here. And then I couldn't, you'll see, next one I'm doing way better. We can't even look at this. Just don't even count me in this challenge. We're not counting this challenge.
Has anybody asked you if you're an alcoholic before?
I've actually never gotten that, no. Well, it's just a standard thing in every house to have like some kind of bar set up. Is it not?
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's extremely common. Ask anybody, anyone in the chat, 100%.
With the electricity?
Well, yeah, this is sick. You can just look at this thing while you're drinking, or listen to it crackle. And then I have the keg as well if you like beer, and I have more fruit on the table too.
Is that normal fruit or is that like infused fruit with alcohol?
That's the regular fruit. You can just squeeze it in if you want. So.
Oh, okay, sick. All right. So we have the alcoholic shack for Peekaboo. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Let's see what Zaryu's got. He's got his. Oh, so this is definitely a streamer setup.
Yeah, look at that, baby. We got the bench press, the little gnome showing off the Horde Pride. We have the streaming setup here. We got the bed. I mean, we're pretty locked in. We have the carpets coming in straight to the stream setup like that. Boom. We're locked. We got the mouse. We got the keyboard. We got the Starforge PC over here. We can bench press, hit the workout, pull-up bar, lights. I mean, you rate it as fan.
No, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I love the bench press over here. Look at that.
Really
is this Oh, is this free weights? Yeah, these are free weights. It's not a Smith machine. Okay, solid.
Free weights. We got the barbell here. It's 5,000 pounds currently loaded, and we're repping it out easily.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, I think this is a solid look. So now you went with more of a Blood Elf theme, yeah?
Yeah, I'm showing off my Horde Pride. I think it was for the faction. Even though I'm a gnome, I'm really big on my Banshee Queen. So we got the banners up. We got Silver Moon kind of theme and layout, and yeah, feeling good about it.
So can you explain the bed? It's a big bed.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Big comfy bed.
Yeah, it's enough room for my wife and I, and can game and stream, and just needed a place to kind of rest after long streaming hours.
Is this basically like your life in a nutshell, where you just work out, stream, sleep?
Yeah. This is kind of the dream setup. Like I have we haven't made this yet, but like the stream would be here, and the dream setup would be like you see the gym in the background. Like that would be sick, right? Yeah, that would be sick. And then you like midstream is just like right there all the time in the background. But yeah, this is the dream setup. We don't quite have that yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah, actually, I like this one a lot. I really do. I think this one's great. So yeah, you got the stream setup. You got the home gym in the back is being worked on. You have the bed for Well, he is a dad, so, you know, that's where that bed came from, I think. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Yep. Let's go check out the other guys. Oh, look at me. I'm so cool. I have a wife. I'm Zaryu, dude. And I have a family that loves me. This guy's freaking the ego on that guy. Can you believe that? You got Mr. GM's house, which is really blue.
Yeah, that's the theme. We're going with a blue theme. Turns out, right, this is unbelievable. The game has Horde logos, but no Alliance in the options.
Yeah.
That's because they forgot.
It's not true.
That's life sometimes.
It really is, yeah. So this is the house. It's very blue. We may do without an Alliance logo, but obviously, you know, for the Alliance and all that kind of jazz.
Okay, that's blue.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I just kind of threw a lot of stuff at it that were blue.
Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
Yeah. So that's it. This is a winner, if I'm honest.
You
no,
think
I
so,
think this
Dragon?
is solid.
I think that
you got
people
your
are
blue.
good. I think it's going to
over
feel
there,
like,
and
you know, one part
you have
people
your,
are doing housing stuff, but one part people
you
are
have your blue
going
over there,
out
too.
and doing
That's
gathering.
pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, there's a
They're
coffee
doing old
machine
content,
here.
so they can
It's pretty cool.
get those appearances.
Like a Mechanome coffee machine. It's got a bit
So
of
it's
blue
gonna
on it as
be,
well. There's the
you know, I think
kennel
it's
for
gonna be
the
a little
dog.
bit of,
Apparently, you can't have a
both of
dog,
that.
but you can have a kennel.
But
Are you big,
otherwise, if
you
people
big
are still
coffee
looking
guy?
for groups and
Yeah.
doing stuff,
Yeah,
then they're
coffee
just going to
enjoyer,
be looking for
for
groups
sure.
and doing
Are you a
stuff.
big dog guy?
Like, I never
not
quite
really.
understood the whole, oh my god,
just-
cities are
I'm
going to
more
be
cat
empty.
guy.
Cat guy, yeah.
If cities are,
So the cat
if, you know,
house-
if people are standing around, that
There's
means
not
they're
an option
not,
for that either. This is unbelievable.
you know, they're not
unacceptable,
doing
if I'm
anything,
honest.
doing anything.
Unacceptable
I mean, maybe they're
behavior.
talking with their guild or
No, I think this
whatnot,
is
or
good.
they're just
We got
AFK now.
so we got the Eiffel 65 faction here for for Mr. GM. I think this is a solid look. I really like this. This is oh, and you can sit. Look at that. Look how comfy he is.
Exactly. He's cozy. And it's like kind of clipping through the floor as well. Like his feet are like inside his blue rug. So, fantastic.
Nice. Okay. I think a little clipping is okay. Because people all the time, it's like, oh, clipping.
I mean, the
It's like,
HOA
a
is
little-
gonna
A
have
little
something to say
clipping
about
is
that.
normal, right?
It's literally an option as well, which I think is great. So you could just like make whatever you want, right? Like and just go nuts with it. So I think it's fine.
Yeah. Some people, you know, sometimes you clip to the right, some people clip to the left. It's just normal, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Let's check out Annie. So Annie, oh, you're very blue too.
Yeah, I'm for the Alliance.
Yeah,
Sick.
whatever.
Okay. So what inspired you to be for the Alliance?
The good heart and the bravery and yeah, all the good stuff.
Well, because the Alliance are the good guys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is how you
And
know.
I'm a
That's how
good
you
guy,
know this
too.
is unscripted.
Yeah, the Alliance are the good guys. We promise. So, what like? Does this look like your house at home?
It's a little bit more blue, but yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part of this?
Okay, so I made
Okay,
a
I
little
take it
corner
back. I
here
shoulda went.
where you can like sit down and just
I
chill
shoulda
out.
went.
You have the windows with the light coming in, the blue details, not too blue, but still a good amount of blue. And then you walk here, you have this cozy fireplace with the books. This is not a fire hazard because there's magic that keeps everything protected. And then you keep on walking and you have this sort of entrance to the private bedroom. So you come in here and you got a little bit of
Wait, what happens in the private bedroom?
private things.
Okay, like meetings.
Private meetings, yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay, like guild meetings.
If the guild meeting is private, then sure. Yeah.
Guild meetings are never private these days. Everyone's so nosy. People are just listening on people's comms and all that.
Yeah, true. So sometimes
Actually,
maybe
yeah,
guild meetings
I'd be
would
like-
not be appropriate, but
I wouldn't even be like,
you know,
fuck
if you want
these
to have
dudes.
a chill
Get outta
time,
here.
you even have a little bit of plants and
But
stuff
I'd
as a
but I'd
touch
also
to
try and
make it
pull up the
extra
QR code
sweet
thing.
and cozy.
You should get an
That would-
Xbox. That'd be sick. Just put an Xbox in your room.
Can I play WoW
I'd be like, yo,
Xbox?
dude, swear, try it. Do you know?
Guys, we're gonna go back to the desk.
Scan the
so,
picture, and then if
we're
it
gonna go
works,
back
it would
to
take them to, like, some
Talius and
board thing. Oh, that'd be
Nevatel,
sick.
and we'll see you guys soon.
That's my pride, baby.
So much blue, so much Alliance, so
very blue.
Look,
From
as
head
far
to
as I'm
toe.
concerned, no, this is a Horde expansion, okay? I don't want any
Yeah,
of that
buddy.
alliance.
The moon is
You
right
keep that to
there.
yourself. I don't need to see that. I'm already leaning towards Zarya's house. I need that Horde goodness. I need that red silver moon action. But you know, I guess I'm kind of biased in that sense. I guess you are as well, which is why no one ever takes us seriously. And what we need is some good, rational, measured opinions,
Yes.
which is why we have started a Twitch poll.
Oh.
So you can give your opinions on the housing that you're seeing today.
Yes.
Maybe some hints, maybe some
Oh,
tips.
was it streaming on
maybe
Twitch
what
too?
you'd like
Oh.
to see, and also give your judgment
I
on
didn't know that.
whose is the best. Obviously, the Horde House Zaryu.
Yeah, no, I know it's easy. It's hard to talk about like good and bad and best and worst.
No,
but
I find that
think-
quite easy actually. No, there's definitely a good, and there's definitely a bad, and there's definitely the best, and it's the one I like the best.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I think there's something to take from all of these examples we've seen so far. It's been so fun to see people like delving into the details. Do you see I use the word delve there? That's just... anyway.
That's the
It just
wrong
comes-
creator
it just
clash,
comes
Evie.
Naturally, sorry. Jumping into like kind of more details. I loved the Mr. GM all blue dabba-dee.
I love the
approach.
multi-levels of rug.
Just, you
Rugs
know.
that you can sink in.
Yeah.
Rugs that you go into for days.
Versus
It did look like-
I would
like
say more measured use
laundry
of blue.
that was just kind
Although
of
if you
being
ever
left
walked
out.
into a house blue from top to bottom, it would still look pretty blue. But now I think we are ready to move on to our next theme.
Oh, thank goodness. Let's mix it up with a new look. What's it going to be this time? A home that captures the spirit of your favorite expansion. So I'm thinking for you, it's going to have the jailer in the middle. It's going to be a
yeah.
big,
Can I just-
broken sky.
Dude, a big old
Can I
like
just have
jailer
the,
like
the like defunct jailer
No,
because
it was
in the
fake.
middle?
Oh no, that
shirtless,
model's going
beautiful
spare. You can
nipples
have
and
it.
everything.
Yeah, can I put him in there? No, so here we're going to be celebrating our favorite expansion.
Oh, so this is, I'm assuming this is BFA, right? So, I mean, a lot of fire hazards.
I see Dalaran. I see purple. I see beautiful stuff floating
This is
around.
great. I'm so glad we're seeing this build of like just how night elfy you can make it, you know?
Yes,
Just how
exactly.
purple we can get.
Yes.
Not enough purple in the last, understandably,
I
because,
agree
you know.
with you. We've got red, blue, and now we've got purple.
Oh, look at the green glowing lantern on the wall there. How
We've
cool
got
is
Okay, I
that?
like that
some
green.
night elf,
That looks
like,
pretty good.
warglaives up there as well, which look incredible. And the libraries.
And another use of that electric pylon. We're seeing that electric pylon used in so many great ways already.
Yes.
And this is just the start. We're just getting started. I
think
can't
we'll
wait to
use
see
that-
what the
that
electric
pylon
pylon
thing for,
does
like,
next.
my coffee
and
maker.
I love the classic Archmage Antonidas.
I
Absolutely
think I do want to
all over
pull
the
off
place.
like
Those light
a-
fittings
like
are
a
exquisite.
coffee
And look at
lounge
the amount
kind
of
room.
art that we can put on the walls there as
So I can
well.
pull that
This
off.
is a nice look at how you can make
Like, that'll
things
be
look
the kitchen.
more night elven.
Yeah.
Where all-
elven,
where
for
it's just
example.
coffee.
Right, we've got kind of
That's
the
all.
filigree on the tables as well. You know,
I think I can pull that
greater
off.
Use of purple throughout, which is always a good one.
I'm really glad to see that green lantern on the wall, though, because, of course, my favourite expansion, until Midnight comes out, obviously, would be Legion. And I'm
Okay.
gonna put green
Coffee and
everywhere.
salad.
If this was me in the Creator Clash,
No,
which
I
it
have
should
salad
be, we
because
all
I have
know,
to have
but
salad.
it would be
If I
dripping
want
in
something, it's
fat.
going to be
and
like
here's the thing, I feel like we're
cake,
going to be able to go
ice
back
cream.
to Legion. We're going to be able
But then I
to
can't really pull off that
remix.
look,
I got a
right?
feeling Legion Remix might be a great source of housing
I
materials.
think it will be. I'm
Am I gonna have
sure
a
there
big
is
coffee bar and
vendor
like
there as
Legion
well,
Dalaran?
and we
Yeah,
are
I think that'd be cool.
Going in now, having a look at, and this is nice because we get a bit of a kind of a top-down view of the builder. Of the
So that
actual
does kind of
housing,
kind of
setup.
inspire.
So
Okay,
we've
so
got
I
quite a
walk
few kind of
in,
interior
right,
shots, but this
and
is
then
from the
you have like
actual,
this kind of lobbyish
architectural
area,
planning.
and then it'll
Top
open
down,
up to like
you get to
other
put
other
these- so
other
you've
spots. So I
actually
think I
done
could
this. You
use.
get to put various
I could
rooms
probably manage to
together,
use like one large room,
stairwells, levels
and then
going
like
through.
on
And that's
one
really cool, so
side,
you can see the
it's going to be
multi-level
like
house,
okay, a
right
hangout
here.
area,
When I
and
was
then the other
playing it, we were
side
able to
is
have
going to
3
be like
levels,
where
whether
all,
that
where
stays
the
the same or
coffee is
not.
made.
And
Something like
you can see
that. I
Annie
don't
is already, she's gone upstairs.
Yeah.
She's made her boudoir downstairs, her
Yeah.
private meeting room, and she's gone upstairs. And so you have like these different shaped rooms that you can fit onto each other. But of course you have the scope to put, as you can see in these ones, put
Wow.
partitions in there to create rooms within rooms. So, you know, you might have technically 10 rooms in your house, but really you can have loads more than that.
Yeah,
and
and,
the potential is completely
And they
endless.
could all be octagons,
Yeah.
right? If you like, if you really want to go for kind
Yeah,
of
the
like
way those connectors are
elven
pretty sick.
gazebo, rotunda look, right? And it's nice that they give you these pre-built options for rooms. Am I right in thinking that these are the floor plans you get to work with?
Oh yeah,
You
absolutely.
don't get to kind of decide your own floor plans. You've got to kind of build them based on these building blocks.
Yeah, but like I
right?
say, you can put walls in wherever you like.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you wanted a round room, completely round, you could put your square block down and then create the round walls around that.
Yeah.
or within that, which is really awesome.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what expansion everyone goes with. This has got to be Shadowlands.
Record a short video of your character making the coffee for
What
an
makes
episode.
you think that, Avatar?
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, I'm seeing.
Or it would
like
just
a
be
big
Bob
gray
sitting,
plinth.
drinking the coffee.
I know.
Maybe a bit
I think.
Revan Drethy.
I
Like,
think
we
we're going to
could
see
be-
a lot of Mists of Pandaria stuff.
Yeah?
Because there are some fantastic Mists
and
options.
I think we've got that coming in now already.
Great.
with
Oh, and here we see
Zarya.
the dye system at work.
Perfect.
Did you see how that
I did.
completely blank carpet went blue again for a change?
Yep.
See all
Yes.
the options though? Wasn't it awesome?
I
So-
love it. I love how Puka Puka has gone with just like the biggest possible space to work with, like an arena, much like the arena and hall that we are in right now.
He's going to have
Try
to
with.
give himself some good columns there to hide
Uh,
behind at certain
Oh,
points.
so there we go. We've got some Belemeth platforms.
Am I gonna have a
We've
room
got
just for Bob?
Gilnean stone
No, I think I'll
wall.
like put like a
Nice.
little
Right,
like
so these, all these assets are
I'll put in a
kind
little
of,
dog bed.
tied to certain factions, certain places, certain items.
That's what he
certain
gets.
characters. But of course, you'll be able to use them.
he'll be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "No,
Your home
that's all you
field
get. That's all
as,
you get."
Stylized and different as you like. So here we go, a Silver Moon round platform, right? So we were talking about kind of building those elven kind of gazebos and rotundas. It's nice. They're giving you the pizza slices here, just to like literally build your own things. And I feel like it's a nice balance, right? You're not going to be left completely in the dark. You're not going to be struggling to come up. I think there's a nice balance of inspiration and starting pieces versus things that you can kind of craft and tweak to your own liking. I feel like we're getting some Pandaria vibes in here.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at is that a cart? We've got like a noodle
Yeah,
cart.
we've got a noodle cart in there. We've
In the
got a
house.
bar with some nice stoves.
Beautiful.
Good Mists of Pandaria style rugs as well. Is this the look you would go for? Because I know that you're a big Mists enjoyer.
I am a big Mists enjoyer. I think I probably would. I mean, like, what?
Well, 'cause
if I
he's going
think
for,
of
like, a
Mists,
restaurant
it's
or
just, like,
something.
pure panda
That'd be cool.
coziness, right?
Something you want from your home.
Yes.
Would you like to recreate the entire Half Hill farm within the walls of your home? A home from home, if you will. Or would that be? Is that something you don't really reminded about?
No, I think that would be lovely. I'm a big fan of bringing the outside in. So in that kind of Pandaria build we have going on, which we've got.
I still have that idea
a
where,
lot of Pandaria
you know,
builds
like you
happening
can
right
select the
now.
walls
I wanna see,
and change the
bring some people
theme
bring
to
the
like,
farm in,
you know, the
bringing all that,
human, blood elf, and
atmosphere.
then
I
other
need some,
such
like,
things.
waving
I want to make it
flags,
transparent.
right?
I want to
I need
remove the
some,
walls
I would like to
and
see
like
a
reveal the
BFA setup
outside,
Yeah.
where one
and then
side
change
is
the
alliance,
skybox
one
to
side
whatever
is
I
horde,
want.
and then there's
So
a
that
burning
way
tree in the
it
center.
creates this
Ooh.
illusion
How
of
cool would
being
that be?
outside,
You
but
could
you're
just
not
place a
really.
tree and then put, like,
And then you
fire
can
effect,
build.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
You can
One
build
item,
around that. I think
presuming,
that'd be pretty
items
sweet.
like stoves, fireplaces.
Oh, when we had our
fires.
housing demo up in Boston a couple of months ago, it took all of 5 minutes for someone to put Onyxia's head on a spit.
Yeah, of course.
Cooking in the corner.
Did it rotate?
It didn't rotate, but I think that's just because they were desperately trying to cook through the scales on one side before doing anything else. I can't blame them for that. I really, really like this approach of starting in a huge room so that you're not going to run out of space.
Yeah.
And then you know what? Later on, you can bring those walls in to kind of fit the room that you've made.
Yeah.
Free yourself of those kind of
Exactly,
restraints.
Exactly, and I feel like it's no surprise that thematically people have just gravitated towards Pandaria. 'Cause it
So
has some of the most-
distinct.
Exactly, some of those distinctive assets, and they jump out at you as you're scrolling through the thing here. I would like to see, again, I'm holding out for a Shadowlands. Okay, what do we have?
What is going on
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
We've got a
what
couple
is
of
Peekaboo building
platforms.
for
We've got a
us?
couple of
I love the
like
I love
spirit
the summoning
stones.
stones. Amazing. Okay, I need. Are we doing Shadowlands?
I like
here?
how
Is
big
that-
and chunky
is
we've
that,
made
is that the
these.
jailer's hole? Is that like?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm sorry, what?
in his chest.
Oh, sure. Yeah, possibly. I mean, that's probably what the jailer looks like
And
now.
there we go. You can see we've got Suramar.
No, these
assets,
rooms are
we've got
big.
Zuldazar
This is like,
assets as well. There's a
I'm trying to
vision coming
guesstimate.
together here, and I am dying to see.
I know.
100 something
its
yards?
execution.
I only
need
hope
to- I
Peak
need
has
to
got
see
enough
this.
time to let it all come
Yeah.
together.
Yes.
And I don't want to see this half-baked. I don't want a soggy bottom on this one. I want it to rise
And that's
perfectly.
one room.
Okay,
and
we've
be
got
ready.
The
That's
Nizal's
one room.
Eye.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay.
I think perhaps we are going for a bit of a BFA theme
it
here.
could be. Okay.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, I just love watching people's creativity be unleashed like this. Like, I love seeing how people's brains work when they're given a whole suite of tools and toys to play with and create kind of, whatever they like.
And I think this is a great example of how, it's cool player housing, But really, it's just a bunch of assets you can put in a room. So if you don't want to create something that looks like a house, you can create like a market square or a food court or an outside space within there, which you can just
No, it's not even breaking apart.
It's a fantastic opportunity to create the space that you want.
That's just one. It really is just one room. Just boom.
Like Suramar. Like I'm going to create a Suramar.
Actually, no. I think I know what you're trying to talk about, Zushi. Yeah, my bad.
I see
what you're saying.
All
now.
out and like. Suramar in miniature? Have people done that yet?
A miniature city?
Like miniature city hubs? How about?
Oh my goodness! Can you recreate the whole of Azeroth
the whole map
in one room?
Someone's going to do it. Someone's going to create all of Azeroth. Someone's going to do the Eastern Kingdoms. Someone's going to do just a map of Kalimdor on the floor made of bowls of fruit. Right? It's going to be. I'm so excited to see where people go with this and how they do it. But you can see that they're swapping back and forth to kind of the.
Oh, look at the use of the stone wall there. I love that.
Really nice, really nice. Flagstones.
I'm still really wondering, like, if they want to enable some form of PvP, like permission-based PvP inside the house. Because then people can make their own arena. That'd be sick.
As well. Will you have like sort of a music box
That'd
that
be
you can
so
play
cool.
your own music from? Because this is demanding the Mists of Pandaria kazoo theme.
Or maybe my voice just comes out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've already got the weak auras for that.
Like, hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
S-Man is here.
Yeah. Did you talk to them sternly and give them a good kick?
Yeah, I think that would help a lot.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
A lot of people.
Well, we're already seeing. I think it has elevated their game here because we're seeing a lot of Mists of Pandaria going on.
Oh yeah.
Again, Annie, lots of hanging things from the ceiling, lots of
Yeah.
drapage. She appreciates drape, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I love a good drape. I'm really curious about what's going on with Peekaboo. Do you know? Have you got a sense of what his theme is? Yeah.
He's got some Nazoth eyes up. He's got some stone tablets and spirit stones
It's a
and
bit
things.
mysterious.
I think it's I
There
think
we go.
Oh.
his theme is just confused. I think.
Because he can't decide what his favorite expansion is.
Yeah.
But here we go. We're going into.
Oh
the
yeah.
Gimbal
There's
Nova?
I think he's making an arena. That's what it is right there.
Of course he is.
Yeah. He's making a little
Of course
arena
he
now.
is.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I like that shape. That actually.
So
Oh,
what
I
favorite-
like the ramp. That's creative.
That's
See,
really
that's
nice.
that's the thing that I like a lot. And remember, so
They should just make a
we
really
got a chance to talk
small
to the devs, and this was
arena.
one of the things they asked us about.
20
It's like,
yards, 20
hey,
yards long.
Is it too weird if we, let people do this, or like they're talking about like the clipping and being able to have the objects like intersect each other? And it's like, no, that was sick. That was
That's
great.
the fun bit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like look, because now it's like, okay, now you made this whole thing where it's like, okay, this object or whatever you want to make doesn't exist, but then you can like kind of throw it together creatively. I think that's sick. Super cool.
And we saw devs in Boston sort of creating things that, just
I don't
don't
know.
even
Yeah,
exist
they
in
haven't
game
talked about that.
by
If
making
you
things
can
smaller,
have
putting
other
them through
people
each other,
there in the
giving
house,
them tops and
they'd be
things
kind
like
of
that. That's
awkward
exactly
too,
what we're
though,
seeing
right?
here.
Like, what if?
Albeit at a slightly more basic level, but I
What
think
if
that's
someone's
awesome.
in a
They're just getting
room
their-
and
their
then
Yeah,
you delete the
exactly.
room?
They're on the system.
Like,
Yeah.
that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, we've got some arena style.
But
stuff
like
going on here. We've
collaborative
got,
builds,
again,
like
another
that'd be
Pandaria
really
build.
sweet.
I love the.
That'd be very
like
cool.
The low ceiling.
Maybe
I
it
feel
won't
like
make
we're
it for
seeing a
launch,
dojo here. This is pretty
but
cool.
that would.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's kinda
definitely
like
like
that. Oh, you know what it
these
kinda
are.
looks like?
You know,
I
when
don't know, maybe
housing
it's
first
just
comes
books.
out, the
And
first thing
there's
that
no
people are
books in
going to
this
do is
room,
complain
But
because they're not doing this,
I
they're
will
not doing that,
move in
and
the flame with this
that's
cast. What's the name of that
not
boss?
fine, but it's
Karazhan?
totally expected to.
Oh gosh.
How am I drawing a blank
We should
here?
totally expect that. So,
I
I
don't remember
encourage
the
folks
abilities.
to
I remember the
really
abilities.
find out
That's the
about
important part.
Yeah.
what
The
isn't
mage.
there yet
Chat,
that
what's
they'd
his
like to
name?
see,
Chat knows.
and then we'll see how
You could
we'll
even
see
go
how the
full on
feedback comes
Legion
in.
Karazhan as well and have like winding upside down rooms. If I don't see an upside down room by the end of this event, I'm going to be very, very upset.
Oh, Shade of Iran.
There we go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't going to sleep tonight until I knew that. Thank you. Like I can't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
explain how much that was annoying me that I couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Legion Karazhan was sick too.
Right.
I remember because that was whenever I came back, I was in, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is wild.
And they revealed it like a week after Legion started as well, and sort of like this huge just dump of content.
Yeah.
I believe they even unveiled it at
I think I would
Gamescom
try
back
to
in
do
the day.
the
No,
Shadowlands
yeah.
thing if I
I
was
remember
there,
Ian
just
has
to
got
troll.
this cheeky little look on his face when he came out on stage because he knew he was about to give us something very, very good.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, Annie has gone full Pandaren. Love it. She's done kind of like the
But then again, like,
things on
it's
the
like,
walls,
Yeah.
getting
What
into
kind of
that big
assets
Pandaren
are
door.
even
I
available?
really wish
They
we
might
could
not
just
even have a lot
replace, like,
to
NPCs
offer.
and characters in our houses.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Right? And just to kind of really complete the look.
I mean, the dream would
Well,
be
here's-
your own
Have they mentioned old
characters,
Nats?
right?
No, not really.
Actually,
The
yeah.
Your
closest thing they've
warband
talked
in there,
about
just
so
chilling
far
out.
Yeah, that
It's
would
like,
be
was
sick.
lumber.
Yo, Arms Warrior, what have you been up to today? I've been
But
making your
haven't
dinner,
really
of
said
course.
much. more
Yeah,
than that.
actually, that's a
Roasting
really
an
good.
excuse head
Yeah,
on the spit.
yeah, totally. I hope you like Dragon.
Yeah, I feel like
We saw some
well,
screenshots
this thing is like,
from
I
before
feel like
that,
the ideas
that
it's
showed like
oh,
some
it'd be sick if
old
we had vendors
inscription
here.
materials.
Oh yeah, vendors be sick.
That's about
Oh
it.
wait, what if you could do your own professions in here? Oh wait, and the next thing you know, it's snowball, and you're like, oh wait, no, go back, go back.
Yeah, just
Reverse.
rein it in a little
Back
bit.
Something I know that people are really excited about is there are items in even these early lists that are interactive. You know, there's a bookcase that, much like your bookcase in your home here,
Oh, yes,
you
yes,
know, it does
indubitably.
open up as a door and things like that. And so there is potential for creating adventure rooms or escape rooms or little miniature dungeons in
Yeah.
there and jump puzzles so that people can come into your house and basically get annihilated
That'd be
by
neat.
your evil plans.
Until someone
what I hope they
trolls
would
and
do. I
then
hope
like
they would add,
destroys
like,
your
fall
house.
damage.
Yeah.
So I'd also
At
like to
least
know
in the build
things
that we
like,
had, I don't know if they're going to do that
can
or
we
not,
save
but the build
layouts?
that we first played.
That
there
can we
wasn't any
like
fall
save like this giant mass
so
of
maybe it's like
code
something, I don't know.
that is like, okay,
like,
this is
I have
this
no
is
idea
our
how it
house,
works.
and then in
So
case something
maybe they could,
happens,
make
like
it
we make a
in something you
terrible
can
mistake
enable,
or
per
some sort
house,
of data
or maybe they
loss
just
or
turn it
whatever,
on in
or if we
general
want to
and it's
share
like,
our
hey,
layout
you know,
with someone,
He goes to like a
that'd
graveyard
be really
outside or
cool.
something, like a short run back.
It's
I
so
think
good.
it'd be fun.
I can totally
I've got
see
the name Jigsaw
like that being possible.
reserved on one of the new player realms,
Nice.
and I wish to invite people
so, like,
into
if,
my murder house.
Oh, you're so welcoming.
Thank you.
So
Like, let's say you want to
Really proud
import
of
someone
that.
else's house, but then you don't have
I
all
love
the
that.
materials
I
that they
mean,
have, then it'll
there's
just
the
point out, like,
potential
okay, here's
for,
what's missing.
like
And then
dueling
it'll either
houses,
produce an
like,
error
you
code and it
switch
won't
on,
work,
and
or it's just
Wow.
going
right,
to
if
place
you're
what you
building an arena,
what you
you've gotta be
can
able to
place in,
duke
and
it
that's
out
it.
in there, right?
Like a
Maybe.
proper fight club in your basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
amazing.
I think if they had like a
That'd be a
where
very
you could duel
useful
would be
launch
great.
tool.
So
I think that'd be really important, even if it was just like certain decor items that kind of enabled it or allowed it or
Yeah.
something like
you've
that.
got a rink, like
Yeah.
you stick in the middle, and that enables.
Yeah,
it.
just
No
like
shirts, no
just like
shoes.
edit mode.
Yeah.
how
Well,
you
of course,
can
with the
export codes and stuff.
transmog updates that
but
we're
I
hearing
mean,
about coming
that's-
in midnight as well,
I mean,
where
that's
you have
easy by comparison.
automatically
Housing is like a
changing
beast.
transmog
That's a lot of
sets
it's a lot
depending
more
on your
information, but
situation. So you go into a dungeon,
I'd like
it
to
switches
think
into
that
one
that should
transmog.
be
You go into your
possible.
player house, it switches into your no shirts, no shoes,
Yeah,
go wild.
We haven't had tons of elaboration
The-
on this
the-
yet, but yeah,
the
from
challenge
what
I
we've
think will be
heard,
like,
it's, yeah,
what
you've got
happens when you try to play
situational
something that you don't
transmog,
have?
which
How
changes,
is the game
where
going to
and when
handle
you
it?
go, presumably, if
And
you
that's
start
more like,
competing with someone, you don your
you know,
basic gladiator gear
it's
and
a
then
question to
you
ask.
Just so
that
they
needs
know
an
they're in
answer.
trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Imagine that
also
you
a
start fighting
technical
someone in
challenge
open
to-
world and
to
You would
suddenly
never wear that
incorporate.
stuff otherwise.
there's a puff of smoke and suddenly he's in like, you know, gladiator
Get
gear and
holes in
oh,
the
I
walls
made a
for doors, or
mistake.
they
Right,
don't?
and
Yeah.
also, I think
They're
it's
there all.
essential. You walk into your house, your friends come over, and you're just in your camp gear, right?
Yeah.
You're just chilling.
I really like the idea of you walk into a house.
So the
and
links
your gear
between
looks the
rooms,
exact same,
those
but no
have
shoes.
set locations.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the
No shoes.
openings
Oh,
are
my
pretty
house is definitely a
wide
shoes
too.
off house. Thank
Yeah.
you very
So
much.
you have like a
Especially
little
if
bit
you've
of
placed
leeway.
some
It's like,
shoes
okay,
by the door.
Yeah.
the connectors
It's one of the-
might,
it's that
you know,
kind of house,
the
guys.
room
I'm sorry,
connectors
you don't
might be
mind,
in
do
the
you?
middle,
There's
but
got to be like
you
boots or
probably
something.
want to
and that'd
fashion
be
a
great.
door
If there's some boots
because
or
it's
something, the
smaller,
options, that'd be
and
so
then you
funny.
can and then you have a bit more.
Especially if you can
wiggle
scale
room
them
where
and
you
make them
want that
different
to be.
sizes as
Yeah.
well. Like, you know, it's like, who lives here? The tiniest boots and the
Look at
biggest
them
boots in the
touch
entire
things
world.
that you don't know. Could be something like that.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
cool.
Great.
Yeah.
This is a big open space here from Zario.
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a dojo kind of arena kind of.
Yeah, it may just be a
sort of
yoga
thing.
studio.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. It's got a couple of like check-in desks, a gym.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're streaming, physical fitness is incredibly important. You know.
Absolutely, it's essential. You
Yeah.
gotta keep your actual
Gotta do your
characters fit as
squats.
well, right?
But not today.
So yeah, lots of Mr. Pandaria.
I'm a little
I'm
worn.
a bit sad we haven't seen more Shadowlands. I'm a bit sad we haven't seen any Dragon Isles things in there. A huge dragon statue in the center would surely be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I feel at the moment we're kind of limited to dragon heads, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be more paladin imagery. You know, some maybe some
Yeah.
like Librams.
I want to
Oh,
make a
yeah.
Paladin
That would've
Order
been
Hall,
nice.
dude.
Yeah, some
That would be
Librams,
sick.
Some,
Yes, yeah. You know what? Considering this is an expansion all about the void and the light, I'm not seeing enough light items in here. I'm saying I need more like gold. Can I have the sunwell? Can I just create the sunwell in my house?
I feel like that might be a reward from the final raid
Yeah,
of the
you-
expansion.
you-
I've just
you
got a
win.
feeling.
The
I don't know
Sunwell.
why.
Yeah, you get like a replica Sunwell. They call it the Funwell, and it's tiny. They should make it super tiny. Like you can't. It has to be like hand
I've
size.
been
You're
dual
super right.
streaming.
The
Like,
fun
But
do
yeah,
well.
I've been
Yeah.
streaming on YouTube for a while now.
Oh.
dip fruits in there.
Look at this is very inviting. I do love the use of like food items,
The rooms are
right?
really
Yeah,
good.
very
Mr.
homey.
Jim
It's
is
like they
making
have,
these
yeah,
very
there's no lights
cozy.
there, so
They
just gotta add some.
It is looking really, really nice.
I've got to say, Mr. GM, you know, his house in real life is horrible, vile, like disgusting. But all the ones he's making here are so cozy and beautiful,
Absolutely.
and just soft.
And,
you know,
and you know, it's interesting also seeing the use of like lights, right? He's put lights up there, and they automatically make the ceiling look like glowing and
Transmog
lovely
again.
and warm. You can turn the lights on and off, of course. You can turn the candles on and off.
I love that
so
red
nice.
effect on the ceiling. Is
Yeah.
that a kind
That
of
looks better.
terracotta-y or
Yeah.
velvety sort of plush look on the ceiling there?
But
Fantastic.
this is great. He's basically created a Pandaren like market situation here. We've got loads to eat. Loads is cooking on the fire.
And we can't hear what's
some
going on in that
dumplings.
room, but you can bet it's kazoo up the wazoo.
It is kazoo.
Kazoo for days.
Yeah, I hope we get music boxes. I feel like that's.
Oh,
really
it's got to be.
essential.
Well, the
Engage, they
technology
said
is
that,
there,
or at
right?
least,
It's gotta be.
It's been
one
there
of the
from
devs said that
Garrison,
you'll
so
get
we
a
can make this
generous
happen.
Can
like
it
starting
change as you
thing,
go
even
from
if you're a
room to
brand new
room?
player.
Right.
Oh my
That
gosh.
you'll get
Yeah.
like
Is
a
that
good
too much? Have I
collection
of
Bill
games.
Gates stuff there.
I bet you can. I bet you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just just call it Bill. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
we'll
you
get Snoop Dogg to ask Bill Gates to fix it.
What are you going to do about your war bands in your player housing? Are you going to have a room for each of them with different themes and things like that?
I
Or
don't know. I don't
oh,
know
what's
yet.
going on here?
Oh.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, he actually did a good job.
This one
Okay.
has
That's
suddenly
quite nice,
taken
actually.
off.
Okay,
at the end.
he
I
did
couldn't tell
straight
you
up
what
build an
expansion it
arena.
is. I'm guessing BFA.
That's
You
pretty
know,
good.
but
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
considering the theme.
Yeah, because you got the
which battle,
the
which
corrupted.
arena is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
It's the Night
it's
Elf
in
one,
spot-
right?
Oh, perfect. You got to
look
get the
at that.
spotlights in.
Yeah.
Look at this arena. This is sublime.
I feel like Pika might have
Okay.
forgotten
That's pretty good.
the brief
That's
here,
pretty
But
good.
but I
you know
still
what?
love what he's done.
Exactly. He got so into it.
Yeah.
He just left the brief behind.
Sometimes the
And
urge to
let
create
his-
just takes over.
Exactly. He just let his dreams manifest and come to life.
You
and I love
cannot
that for him.
restrain a man like
you
Pika with
cannot.
mere rules.
Oh, well, look, let's be honest, he's a PvPer. Okay. And with PvPer, it's like, yeah, okay. So, like, how do I turn this into PvP?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to go ahead and skip that part if I can. Like, I'm
Your
just- And I
rules-
get it. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I get it. I can relate. You know, sometimes you like what you like.
Yeah,
Rules
yeah.
mean nothing to this man, which is why his account's been banned so often.
Annie is just going for the Pandaren red look, which is nice.
I think
Hey,
this
nice.
is,
Very
again,
nice. Horde.
another private bedchamber.
Yes, I do.
A recurring
yeah.
theme.
Yeah, Annie likes to. I mean, it is a house, right? Right. So you're gonna have more public spaces, more private spaces. You get to decide what goes on in all of them. I love this whole setup.
I love that Pandaria fireplace there. I think it's terrific.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And just think, this is just a small selection of items that will become available in the game.
This is
right?
like a starting set.
Exactly.
It feels like,
And you know, I'm really excited about kind of the starter items we get, which, you know, from talking to Paul, I get the sense that we do get the ability to build something quite cool and really nice. As you can see, you can be super creative. You can just build a basic kind of starter home with your bed, you know, a table and a rug, and it's still going to look really good.
And honestly, it's amazing how quickly they've managed to put these together.
Sister Bliss,
There's,
yeah, they were giving
quite
pretty
a lot
full
of
inventories.
detail in here, you know.
Yeah.
And they're discovering these things for the
Like
first time.
it's a lot of
Look
stuff
how
that
easy it
they're
is to
getting
put this
right
stuff
away.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually kind of owning
You know,
it.
they have the full
Yeah,
budget.
I
They have
wouldn't say they're
access to
doing
all the
better than
rooms, and
I
they don't
would.
quite know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a
Yeah,
dope ass dragon.
my
thing.
house would be
We don't
really
exactly
is.
know
My
like
house is
how
incredible.
much
I have, like,
access,
a billion
you know, how
PCs
big
for
our
all my
houses
friends.
will be during
So,
early
you know,
access.
they totally
I
come
don't
over all the
imagine
time
it to
and-
be
Yeah.
That's so
a
nice
lot.
of you.
Oh, well,
There's like 80 PCs in there. I love that.
Yeah, I know.
Thank
It's very
you.
nice of me. Yeah, thank you.
And so generous of you to allow them 17 minutes each
Yeah.
to experience player housing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, it's like, look, buddy, you know, somebody's got to pay the electric bill for you. So, yeah, I mean, like, and it's okay. You know, they get it. They get it.
I've seen a lot of smiling faces coming out of your house today. S-Fan's going to go back up and, again, sort of get inside the minds of our creators and see where they're coming from. If you can find out what Pika's build is all about, that would be really awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I need to get the lowdown. So.
Mr. GM's speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Though.
He has plonked himself down at the table, ready to eat that lobster.
He's done.
Ooh.
He's finished.
Yeah,
He's like in
he's
Bake Off,
like done.
where the cake is done. It's finished. It's
Yeah.
sitting there, waiting to be judged. Everyone
It
else
is
is rushing
presented.
about.
Turn that
Yeah.
chair around,
What
though,
else
I
can I
think,
add
so
to
that
it?
way
More
you can
cherries,
actually
more
face
icing. And Mr. GM is like, sussed
face
it.
the table.
Won
It
it,
is
mate.
what it
Completed
is.
it, mate.
That looks delicious. I am now very hungry. So we've got Esteban going back on stage where he's going to get the lowdown on all of these builds. Going to get a little walkthrough. and we can experience what has happened with all these
What's
builds.
going on with that barrel in the wall there? Is that something that he's made himself?
Well,
let's find out if
let's find out.
Esfand can get to the bottom of it. Back on stage.
Look like he just turned into a big old keg.
Guys, we're back. We're back here on stage.
Drink
We're actually going to check
dispensing.
out Annie's stuff first. So Annie, I see you got a lot of panda stuff. Did you hear that? Is that me? I think I got tinnitus. Yeah, tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, so I decided to go for the expansion Mists of Pandaria, which is one of my favorite expansions. And the aesthetic of Mists of Pandaria is one of my favorites too, with the sort of East Asian look. So that's what I went for. I try to focus on the color red and try to make it
She's
cozy
taking this
with
very
things like
seriously.
candles and
Good for
thinking
her.
about food. I feel like food is a big part of the Pandaren culture. So yeah, I designed this to be the sort of kitchen slash living room, eating place. And then I also made a corner here where you can walk in and you have the bedroom. So yeah, it's a lot of focus on red, gold, a little bit of fire, with that smoky touch as well, and just many, many, many details that to me speaks Pandaren.
So, I mean, this is your first
She
time
was
ever messing with the
bad.
housing stuff.
She's been
ever.
doing her
This is your
whole
first time ever messing with the housing stuff, right?
The first time messing with
The housing stuff at all. This is the first time. So, what is the biggest thing you noticed from the time when we first logged in and we're messing around earlier to now, like using the different tools and stuff? What did you use to kind of? Is there anything that stood out that got you to this point?
I feel like I'm discovering new things all the time, but discovering size, for example, is really cool. Making things bigger or smaller is such a cool thing. For example, let me show you guys something. So this thing here is actually a brazier, but I just made it really tiny, so it just looks like a little candle on the table. So playing around with size, I think, is really cool. And also, discovering rooms was really cool. This part here.
Okay, so there is
I
a
decided
producer
for
who's
the
switching
Pandaren one to
between
go for
themes,
this type
but they're
of room
not
shape,
fixing
because I
Evital's
felt
mic.
like
It's kind
that's
of
very
sucks.
East Asian in a way, you know, more circular rather than a square room. So yeah, discovering rooms was a big one. What else? Customizing colors. So I actually used the same curtains as I did for my Alliance one previously, but I changed the color to red, and now I think it looks a lot more Pandaren.
True, it does actually. Sick. Yeah, you did almost as good as I would say.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a nice compliment. I always wanted to be almost
High
as good as
praise,
you.
high praise.
I know you have.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's check out Mr. GM. All right, Mr. GM, how's it going? You got like a. It's funny. So hers, I feel like Annie's was very regal. Yours is more like that. Like I feel like that's what they put on the brochures. Yours is like the real Pandaria.
It's functional. It's functional Pandaria, yeah. So you've got like, you've got the cooking bit and then some tables. The chairs, this one works, but the rest of them I kind of broke. They go the wrong way.
No, the overhead
That's
thing is
okay.
really, it's a very,
yeah.
very useful tool.
I went with Pandaren because it had like the most things, and it's so distinctively, like the way it looks is very distinct where you look at it and go, yeah, this is a Pandaren room of some description.
No, as far as I know, Esfand
I was
and
pretty
Annie,
disappointed there
like,
wasn't any
they're
Pandaren lights though,
friends.
but you
Like,
can
they
turn them off
talk
and on, as we said.
regularly.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. That's what you got to remember. Like people in the chat are like, oh, they don't have this. It's like, well, it's like the first time we're seeing it. Like there's going to be thousands of more things, but already it's, pretty fantastic.
Yeah, and look, trust me, if anybody finds out there's going to be something, it's this guy. Okay, this guy's gonna be freaking digging around everywhere, just trying to every little tool that you could find, this guy's gonna dig it up himself.
It's true. The devs hate me.
Devs hate him. It's one weird trick. So tell me, what like speaking of tools and stuff, what tool did you think was the most that stood out the most while you were trying this out? Or we're building this out, sorry.
The scaling, so being able to scale stuff, like all these pictures and stuff were quite small, so I just made them bigger. Like this thing here was quite small. I just kind of, this box I made giant because it's really fun. I think you can jump on it as well. There you go. So yeah, probably the scaling, but also like just being able to move stuff freely and make it clip through things is really good. Like you're not restricted in regards to where you can put stuff, which I think is like one of the best features of it, to be honest.
I'd have to use a console command to make my character
Sick.
invisible.
You know what? It's kind of this reminds me
I
of
feel
like
I
a
would distract
like a
myself.
dining hall.
That's the vibe. That is the vibe. So yeah, because you got like a little dumpling cart. Like, you get some dumpies from the little
Noodle
cart,
cart,
and then go
man.
over here and
Noodle
grab
cart.
some more, and then sit down and eat this.
Whatever that is.
Whatever this little pixel bowl is, you can have some of that, and then some.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. It's a great time.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry just looking at that. I gotta step away because I'm actually like getting hungry. This bed. So sick, dude. Good job, Mr. GM. Great job, actually. That was sick. All right, let's check out the other guys here. Let's check out our NA team. Okay. Dude, Zori, I gotta tell you, EU's talking mad trash. They were like, man, NA doesn't know how to build houses, all this stuff. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the screen too, and I think they were kind of slacking compared to what we have over here on the NA side of things. I mean, we got the bar. We got the bar set up on this one. It's a panda bar. We have red balls on the ceiling because it's clearly panda. We have a panda carpet, and we have a bunch of different standing table options with drinks and many kegs.
Sick. Okay, that's very Pandarian. What inspired you for this?
I mean, I'm sitting next to Peekaboo. I thought we could use a bar.
That's true. So, okay, I noticed panda. Okay, but why? Because I noticed 1, 2, 3 pandas so far. Why'd you pick panda?
I like MOP PvP a lot. We have MOP Classic that just came out. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a ton of fun. We can actually carry Peekaboo in the 3v3s. So
as you do normally.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So there's also a lot of good panda options. Like I like the bar scene, the red balls, like the red ceiling. Like it kind of just worked and flowed. And I mean MOP Classic. So yeah.
Sick, looking good. What was your? Did you use like anything while putting this together that you didn't use earlier? Like any different tools or any? Like, did you like learn anything more about housing?
For this
I
challenge?
did. Okay, so if you click Edit House,
I'm pretty sure
and then you go to
that
5,
one of the
Edit Floor
reasons
Plan,
that
you can
they
make like your
stuck
own
with
rooms from like an
Pandaria was
aerial
because they
view,
did-
which I didn't
is that
know.
there
So
aren't
like
a
my
whole lot of
chat
assets
kind of
among
let me
all the
down
different
for a while. They
expansions.
didn't tell me anything.
So that's
at
just-
all.
but that's just a
But
guess
we
of
figured
mine.
that out. And then, but we kind of made a critical error. This was way too big of
I
a room,
might
so
have
it was like actually
tried
pretty tricky
going
to fill
for,
everything compared to like a
I
small
probably would
room.
have done
So we just did our
something
best to
similar. I
kind
probably would have
of
went for like
get
a bar
something there.
restaurant kind of.
Yeah, I thought it was like a
vibe
yoga
to it.
studio at first when you started, because like you had like
But if
one
I can
mat
go
in
for
the
like
middle.
a more human,
Yeah, I mean you can do
more
yoga
human,
right
like,
there on
tavern
the
or
on the
something
mat
like that,
right
I
on
would
the
probably go
entrance,
for
and
that.
then go into the bar after.
Yeah, that's what Pika would do. So.
I admit
Sick.
that like
Okay,
MOP
looking
is
good.
one of my more favorite
So, Pika.
expansions. So between like whatever available
How's it
assets
going?
there are,
I'm proud of this one. I went hard on this one. This
I
is my
might
best
just go
build
for the same
yet.
thing.
I remade Tiger's Peak Arena from MOP. I have the entryway with the door, the arena gate opens, the first pillar, the double pillars on the sides, another pillar,
Really,
same on the
that's
other
pretty
side,
sick.
completely insane. I feel like I really captured the MOP with this.
Yeah, you actually did. Actually, speaking of arena, Zaryu earlier, dude, he was talking mad trash. He was just saying like, oh, dude, I carry Pika in everything, in League, in WoW, just every game, always. And so it's cool that you're like paying homage to him through this after what Zaryu told me.
Yeah, I think for someone who claims to play so much arena, for him to not instantly recognize what this map is a complete lie. Everything he just said was fraudulent. None of it was true.
Well, this is where he carried you the most, right?
Well, yeah, but no, not at all. Even when we play right now, I'm higher rated than him. I have like 500-600 rating on him. My win-loss is better than his. I don't know what he's...
Yeah, but I think he was talking about like history.
Yeah, even in history, I have more rank 1 titles than him in this season. I was higher rated in 3s, in 2s. I played on the real BG. He was on the off. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but that's like stats. Stats are just noise to hide the truth, right?
No, the stats are completely legitimate.
Well,
Even in
became
any
all
way
over
you
the place
shape it, you
versus
could ask
planned and
anybody.
scalable
Everyone
for a
knows that
certain
was not
time.
the case.
Well, it is.
I mean, today
it is
he's
planned.
lucky that
It's
we're on
just,
the same team
you
in
know,
Mythic Plus
some of
because
us
I've
don't
seen
like
how
to
he's
plan.
playing lately.
That's all.
I've seen his age showing, and luckily I'm sharp.
Dude, I think it's so cool that you have people that come here.
But if
and they can
anything,
just be
that's
so
why I'm
thankful,
trying to,
because,
I'm going to try and
super
help like
thankful
cover the
of everything he
recaps
did with
and make
Zaryu
sure that
how much Zaryu has helped him out so far.
we stay on top
so
of.
that's cool,
the
man.
information
That's
and all
awesome.
that.
Is there any?
Trying
is
to.
there- Is there any? Okay, did you learn anything from when he first started to now? Like in terms of like building a house, like what stood out to you? Because I've been asking everybody this question, like what tools?
Okay, the tools are actually really insane. It's just that you have to actually look at the screen. But there's all these little numbers below where you can do infinite customization, which I didn't realize. So I was able to actually like resize things and recolor them and build stairs. Like I turned a half circle into a staircase. Well, actually, I turned a square into a staircase.
Actually, I'm
but I didn't
more
know I could do
wondering
that before. They
if
could
it's,
change the
like,
floor layout too.
Because
So
people are
the
probably
controls
gonna
are
make,
actually
like,
very
really
simple. You
awful
just have to
stuff.
actually kind of mess with it for more than 30 minutes.
And
There you go. So
not everyone
even a
will be able to
PvPer can
report
learn how to
it.
do
Like if they
this.
can't see what's inside
Amazing.
inside the house,
Amazing.
that's like.
So,
okay,
Zarya, what do you
can't
think?
see it.
That's awesome. No, I agree. So you heard it from him first. This has been great so far. We're gonna go back to the
But yeah, I
desk
do
and see
wonder,
how it
like,
goes.
What's gonna happen when.
I hate to say it, I don't want to give
I'm
the
hoping
impression
that
that,
as
I
you're
wasn't
building a
expecting
house,
great
like, things like automatically
from Pika,
save,
okay?
so that way
I don't
if
want to
you're,
give the
like, in the
impression
middle
that
of
I
something, you
underestimated
DC,
it.
you come
But I
back,
think I may
your
have
house is still
underestimated
what it
this
was
now.
at
You know
when it
what?
comes to
beforehand.
housing.
I think you have.
But of course,
the
what
thing that
about
I
something
love about
catastrophic
player
and
housing
there's
that
like a
we've
little
seen
bit of
so far is
data
that it
loss
really
will come out and roll
allows
back?
the
That's
true
not gonna
you
feel
to
great.
shine, right? Like it becomes a perfect reflection of who you are, what you want, and
I'm still
joy watching.
I still have
Peekaboo
got
just
questions
be
about
himself.
being able to
Singing
save
in
group
the
and
arena
stuff.
was
To me, that's
sublime.
It was a
pretty
beautiful
big
thing,
deal.
and I actually think that's my favorite build of the entire competition so
Yeah.
far, because he was asked to build something that represented his favorite expansion,
Yeah.
and he didn't just create something evocative of it, he recreated an actual
Literally.
arena
Yeah.
from the game.
Yeah.
And it's got me thinking, what can I recreate? Because I don't want my player housing to be a true expression of myself.
No.
I need to hide that. That's
Okay.
very, very
Never
dangerous
show
for
anyone
my
that.
life and career, because otherwise when you go into my house, it's just going to be
Feet?
it's just going to be a barrel of toxic sludge in the middle. That's it. And I'd like something a bit cozier than that. I'd like to fool people for a
get
little bit
roasted.
longer if I can at all. So I don't want it to be a true expression of my real self. I want to be able to recreate things from my favorite game,
The light for
WorldofWarcraft.com.
light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's really brilliant, and it's also been such a joy watching these players, competitors, these builders, pardon me, explore and discover the features.
This is a pretty long
like
showcase,
the
by the way.
moment of
This went
discovery
on
when you're like,
for-
wait, I can turn this into a ramp.
This is gonna
I
go
can
on for
activate the
another-
gimbal. I can turn this around. I can literally make anything I want. Watching the paths
half
that
hour,
people take
at
from
least?
there
Yeah,
is,
half hour
is
more.
such a joy, and
Something
I
like that.
cannot wait to do that myself.
It's beautiful. It's like watching a child learn how to tie their laces for the first time. That evolution, before. And it's great to see that. And it makes me wonder just how good these next two themes are going to be. Because
Yes.
I feel like all of our creators now, they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
The
How much did you
first
miss?
one was
Quite a
just getting
bit.
used to the tools. This one, you were getting a little bit more self-expression. Like in Pika's case, a little bit
But I
more
mean,
just
it is a-
playing
this
with
is
the
a bod.
clipping
I don't know
and
if
with
it's saved
the
elsewhere, though.
resizing and the angles that you can get everything at.
They're
And I got a
revolving.
feeling that
They're
this next
growing.
one and the fourth one
Yeah.
after is going to be off the scale. I
I'm
can't wait to see what they have.
really excited to see. Also, really nice to see, everyone went with
You guys
Pandaria,
some
which
tags,
is quite,
things like
quite
expansions,
interesting.
colors, races, and shit.
But everyone had a different
that's
kind of take
feedback
on
that we were
Pandaria,
given
right?
too.
You had Annie's
Like,
kind of like beautiful
how do you
regal
tag
to
it better?
Pandaria in space.
Like
You had
a
Mr.
chair.
GM's,
How do we?
cozy,
What sorts
like,
of tags do
noodle
we add
shop,
to that? We could say chair.
and
That's one
then
thing.
you've got Zaryu's
we
social
could
space.
we can give
Sparse,
like a
functional,
specific
tables,
expansion that
Table,
happens
bar,
to come
go.
from a certain
I've
expansion.
been in a lot of bars like that, and it was
And
very
then other
evocative.
keywords
But yeah, like I said, I
would be,
think
like,
Pika's
super
was my
helpful.
favorite because it was very specifically
So
a
they did
recreation of
hear
a
that
place.
I
feedback.
love that, and it was
Even
something
back,
I was not expecting. Like when you said you went to
even back
kind of the event in
during,
Boston, you got to play
May,
with it yourself,
when we went
and
to
people
Boston.
were creating like jump
As for
games
this
and
build, we don't
things
know
just,
if
just
this is a
so
reflection of that
wildly
yet,
imaginative.
or if they
I
have,
love
or if they
that.
just wanted to
Love
get
it.
like
If you
a
could
good stable
recreate one
build
place
for
from
players
Azeroth
to
within your
to
player
try stuff out
housing,
with.
what would it be?
Let me think about that.
For me,
Don't know if I can say
you're
that
going to go
loud.
inside my house. What? Wait, that X-rated part of Azeroth? Where is that?
Goldshire?
My
in,
application. Oh,
obviously?
I guess so. Yeah. Silly question, really.
Why did you ask?
I, of all people, should have known that. No,
But the
when you
other
go
thing
into
to point
my
out,
player
too,
housing,
is,
it's just going to be a
you know,
big
what you're
sword.
seeing here.
Just one
you're
big
seeing,
sword
You
in
know,
the
it's
middle
a
of the
lot of
biggest
what's
room you've ever
available
seen.
for
Wait,
them.
what sword?
And there's going to be a very
You and I,
sad-looking
we're going to
orc
start with
and a very
as much
sad-looking little
stuff
boy.
as,
Like in
just,
miniature.
Yeah, just looking
You-
at it.
you-
Oh, yeah,
stuff
yeah,
as
they're going to be
much.
shrunk down really, really
Really,
small.
really
including
Like a
whatever
little orc
expansions we
toy.
had already
A
played.
little like human
You know,
toy.
Make it happen,
achievements,
I can't
things
wait.
that we've gotten,
Oh, I
reputation,
mean,
yada,
the,
yada,
the,
yada.
the possibilities are absolutely limitless. I love it. I love it.
You could make your own little Grizzly Hills space in
But I
there
do think
as
it's
well.
that's
Yeah.
going to be
Really,
really
really good.
important too.
So are we creating another room here? This was not enough for
Oh.
Annie Fuchsia. She wants more.
Yes,
she
she
doesn't have
does.
enough bedrooms in this house. Creating another bedroom. Well, let's see what the next theme is going to be and
Yes.
what this is going to look like. I hope it's something really crazy. I hope it's something really wild.
Yeah,
That's
really
gonna-
juicy. Oh, freestyle.
Freestyle. Oh,
And I
shit.
think this is actually our last one. We are building a home that embodies a theme of your own choosing.
Okay, so
Okay,
basically
this
we're
is- this
relying
theme
purely on the imagination of our
Is
competitors.
the lack of a theme, and I like it. And so now we are letting the imaginations of our competitor builders go absolutely wild. Now I find when you put people in this situation, they kind of go one or two ways. One, they kind of freeze up. They become a bit more conservative. They're like, oh wait, no, I don't really know. It's
They're
too
gonna
many
draw
options. It's
decks.
like a blank page. What do I do? On the other hand, they go absolutely berserk. And I think we're going to see the latter in this case because we've had a lot of practice now. We've had a few examples, and I think. I have a feeling we're going to see some arenas, right? We're going to see some arenas. We're going to see some expansions on what we've already seen before. So
I'm hoping this is the one where we get my upside down room. I've been sitting
Oh.
here all day waiting for an upside down room. I want an upside down room.
okay, like literally just everything on the
Yeah,
ceiling.
literally everything just turned upside down on the ceiling. And
Okay.
then the
Different
floor is
layers.
the ceiling.
Perfect.
And it's got little
I
lights
love
that you have to
it.
walk
So
around.
here's
That's
where I'd
what I want. I
wanna
want my
see
upside down
someone
room.
do the QR
Or
code.
at a pinch, a room with everything sideways on the walls.
Okay.
Halfway. Let's do the 90
Is
degrees.
that, well, hey,
Oh,
wait,
is this
hey,
happening already?
Your dream has come true.
No, I think that's just production that's made that happen.
They did it for you, Tally. They did it for you. You
But
got your upside down room.
Did you not notice how brilliant that was? That's the
Oh.
life we could be living now if any of our
Exactly.
creators chose to make Tally's painted upside down room. It's going to be fantastic.
You know what I want to do? I don't want to do it. I want someone far more skilled than me to do this. But I want someone to create literally like a museum of every expansion in WoW. Every room is another expansion. And you walk through
That'd be
and
sick.
it'll have kind of artifacts from everything. The vibes will be immaculate. They'll all reflect the expansion that you're going through. The music will change as you go through. It'll be one of those things you just do when you need to decompress a bit. And you're like, man, I just need a little trip down memory lane. I need to feel that WoW nostalgia. Really just get those feelings pumping. Get the little hairs bristling on your arms. And just like take a little stroll through my museum. I'm only going to charge like $50 to go. But I think it's totally going to be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, assuming we don't get my upside down room, I feel like the next best thing would be a bat cave.
Ooh.
What I really want to see, like many people, I want to see the option to display past transmog sets
Oh, that has to be coming.
on like dummies and things like that. Again,
sure.
we know the technology exists. I want it to happen. And if you are able
better
to
happen.
display your own transmogs, what better way to display them than in glass cases in a bat cave?
Yep.
So you go in and you pick out which one you want, and then you go down a pole and you get in your car.
I don't want them in a glass case. I want
It's
them to be
a
on.
bat cave.
I want them
like
to be
it.
on
Can I
dummies
display my
that I can
alts
pose.
in glass cases
That would be
too?
sick.
Like the ones that I like.
No, the
my
houses
level
are huge.
49, like Forsaken priest.
You know
like,
what
and
you're
I just,
seeing
like,
here
be like, you know
is,
what? I've tabled that one.
I
but
can't tell.
If she's still
It
there,
looks like
If
one.
they
it
don't
looks-
give us
no,
the option
not a large room.
to put our warband characters in
She's doing
housing,
upside
it will
down
be
shit, no.
because of psychopaths like you. It'll be because of the threat.
I just want to go
of
to a safe space. I just want.
Yep,
to put
she's
them,
doing
you
it.
know.
Here we have now. Look,
All
I
right.
don't want to overreact to this, okay?
You're kidding me.
This is not a test. This is really happening.
Tally, you've planted
Annie
the seed.
Fuchsia is going for.
Annie is
Is
turning
going
the
for the
world
upside down room.
I love this.
Is she turning upside down or is she turning it the right way up?
I love
Who even
this.
knows anymore?
Thank you to the chat who probably heard
They were like-
someone out in the world heard upside down.
If
and
you want that
said it
trophy,
to Annie.
this is what you
Yeah,
got to do. Have
they're
you
like,
seen the
"Do you wanna
trophy?
b-" Oh, I have seen the trophy. Have I seen the trophy?
I don't want to exaggerate about the trophy, but it's the best trophy I've ever
house.
seen.
It's the house, isn't it? You just win the house,
That's
right?
S-Van's house. It's not for you.
Oh, I know. You know, he's been generous enough letting people play at those PCs for 20
I
minutes
was
at a
allowed
time.
in S-Van's house for 17 whole minutes.
Hey.
Exactly. And then I had to leave.
That is plenty of time.
Oh, the damage
Yeah.
I caused in that time was exquisite.
Okay, and it looks
Well,
like
you're in 2
Mr.
room house where I
GM
stuff
is
everything into
possibly
those 2
going
rooms.
for a bit of. Is he going to build the sun well? Is he going?
I don't know. He's
for
looking
a-
at his ceiling a lot.
How
I think
big is
maybe
the
we're having
room?
another upside down house. Could this?
Because
No,
he can
he's-
make
he's getting
lots
some,
of small rooms
proper- oh, no.
inside.
He
you know
is.
these
I
layouts.
think
Watch this
It's
happen. We're going to have
huge.
4 upside down houses.
No.
Yeah,
No.
100%. Look at this.
Hold on.
Okay, look.
Hold on.
I want it
There's
on record.
Something's going on here.
Annie Fuchsia went there first.
She did.
I'm
well,
not saying that Mr. GM
we
is
didn't-
copying me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe Mr.
Oh,
GM heard.
Oh, the chat going on must be absolutely wild right now. Hey, chat, can you just tell everyone to go right side up again? Because that's how they're going to win it in our hearts. That's how you're going to get the trophy.
No, I want to judge the best upside down house. That's what I want this competition to be from now on.
Yep. Okay. And we've got Peekaboo doing his thing, which I want to see.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is going to be some kind of
No
like
Tower of
trophy
Weird
display
shit, huh?
room.
Well, at the moment, it looks like he's creating a community theatre. An amateur dramatic stage, and quite frankly, again, that's going to win.
Yeah, well, yeah.
About time to forget guild halls. I don't need no guild hall in my neighborhood. I would like a community theatre space where once every year we get a bit of Julius Caesar or something like that
Why
in the
not?
park.
Oh, and people are going to go wild with this stuff. There are going to be so many nice, like, not just role-playing opportunities, but just social opportunities. And I think
love
that's
that.
something that
I
that
just
Paul
realized I
mentioned
need half the
before
size
in
of
our
these
chat with
ones.
him, that other devs have mentioned.
You can choose
just the
smaller
social
rooms,
opportunities
smaller
of
room
player
layouts.
housing.
That's fine.
It's opening things up. They've got a whole.
But
new
then you could
social
also
team
just
on
build
board,
walls
working out
and
how
create
players interact in the
for
game
yourself,
with each
like,
other.
split the room in two
how
or something like that.
How we kind of like share that sense of home, how we share our accomplishments, our sick transmogs, right? Like on a more personal level. And I feel like housing just really opens the doors.
But like
to
with
that.
all things, it's completely optional. You know, if you just want your space to be your own private space, which is created just for you,
Absolutely.
then that's awesome and
Yeah.
that's great. But you have the option to kind
The
of open
option
it
is
out
there.
to allow people to come in and have
Yeah.
that social element to it as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's terrific. Personally, like I say, with my Jigsaw Death House, it's going to be an open door
Jigsaw
policy.
Death House.
Anyone who wants to come in, whether I'm there or not, I don't care. They can come in.
They come in, they just never leave.
Yeah, exactly. Just like our real house.
Hey!
Don't check the no basements in this player housing yet.
No,
So-
but you could pretend it's a basement by building stuff. You know, you get the housing platform is your oyster.
Mr. Jim appears to
Build
have
what you
abandoned the
like.
upside down room for the time being.
Oh, you know,
Looks like we're moving on to something else.
Yeah, I think his chat informants have told him what's up.
Yeah, they were like, Annie Fuchsia's doing that, and no offense, mate, she is bossing it. She's got this one down. A tiny
nice.
square
Yeah,
room.
and see, I love the sense of discovery. Getting the floor plan. Zaryu's kind of wrapping his head around having all of these different room options, and I think it really helps, especially if you're lacking a bit of inspiration. You don't really know where to go next. Go into like a little room, get in there, get some bioluminescent mushrooms, get some trellises in there, and then you can build around those parameters.
I feel like we, before we got our house, we went to quite a lot of rental properties that had some of those bioluminescent mushrooms in the corner
yes,
like that.
I
So
am no stranger to mushrooms growing in my house.
this is landlord Pika, I think.
Yeah.
Watch him paint over all of the switches.
Yeah,
and,
everything's kind of like a glossy off-white and cobwebs. Thankfully, there are loads of cobwebs in the game, which you can put. And this is nice. We've got Peekaboo putting some outdoor bits inside. And again, I love this. All this plant life. I just want someone to build like a little garden.
That'd be kind of funny.
a
He just
stone
builds something
path,
like,
a
we're outside.
relaxing,
We're not
like,
even
kind
inside a
of
house.
onsen with trees and plants everywhere.
And
Maybe
then-
that's what's coming.
Would you make your outside space very indoor themed, perhaps?
Just concrete, yeah.
Just-
Just flat.
And with sort of sofas and TVs and desks and things like that. Yeah, just very indoor things.
Exactly, yeah. That's the idea.
That's the magic of player housing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I love watching. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't want this to sound weird, but it's going to, just so you know.
Okay,
I
I'm
love
ready.
watching Pika's face
Yeah.
as he goes through this stuff, because that man is so excited about player housing. I love as he discovers things. His little eyes, they get wide. Look at his face! Look at that face!
Yeah,
He's in the
that's
zone.
the thing, it is genuine and it is really delightful to see these guys, right?
We might
You
be
know,
seeing the end of some prominent PvP careers
I
here,
know.
guys.
Well, at least for NA. I mean, I think the NA team is completely wiped. NA has moved on to player housing. No more PvP. No more competitive content.
Look at the way Pika
Straight
is
up housing.
placing those plants in the plant boxes there.
He's really considered.
Yeah, I
He's
like that.
It's really delicate, and he's doing something. Do I know what it is? No idea. But
Yeah,
I
skybox
like it.
walls.
love it.
That'd be
I
sick.
don't know if he knows what it is.
That'd be
No,
hella
and
cool.
You know what? And that's okay, right? Just build it until it makes sense.
Sometimes you just got to let it flow through you.
Right?
Have you
Right?
seen the Upside Down house that Annie Fuchsia is working on as fans?
I have not yet.
It's a
Okay.
beautiful thing.
It's
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, look at
Nice.
that.
Right
Gotta-
way
I
round
think those
curtains at the
drapes
moment.
are,
Yeah.
Okay,
way.
all right,
They
well,
need
I
to
like
get,
how
they
they're
need to
pink.
get
She's
flipped.
Fuchsia. She's keeping
Oh.
it on brand.
Oh, very nice.
Annie Fuchsia's upside down house. I love it.
Yeah. That's
feel like-
looking, oh, there it is.
Oh, there it
Here
is.
we go.
Oh, there,
Ah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, she's
She
done
was
it.
just getting it all nicely lined up in an easy way before making that switch.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
I've got to say, this is like a dream I had. This is even better than my upside down house that I was thinking about very, very hard all day.
It's so good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we were saying, it's just so fun watching people let their imaginations just go absolutely wild with this stuff, and learning the tools, discovering how they work. I'm gonna have the same experience.
Oh.
Is that-
Interesting.
is-
Home
is it-
security system.
I think it might be
Turrets, baby.
yeah, lights.
No, no,
Growing
no.
yeah, an indoor.
I think he's those are pesticides.
Oh,
Ah.
okay. I think I know what Pika's doing here. And
Yeah,
I think we might get a note from production if we talk about it too much.
It's just his garden, his
Yeah.
indoor garden, and I love that. I love that for him. A chair on the ceiling. Okay, Mr. GM is kind of like half. Oh, Mr. GM is going half on the upside down.
Oh, okay.
Selection. So maybe, yeah. Okay.
Hedging his bets.
Yeah.
Or
Oh.
maybe he's laid out the room on the ground floor, on the floor first, and then he's going to put it all up onto the ceiling.
Or is this like the destruction of Silver Moon, right? Because it looks like it's Silver Moony in there. There are bits and pieces everywhere. And now, oh, okay.
You
Zari's
can kind of
doing
have like
it.
a
I think we've got a
diorama
jump puzzle coming up, guys.
Finally, we got a
that
jump
looks as
puzzle.
if as
Okay.
if it's like a middle of an action scene with like stuff flying all over the
Yeah,
place.
who doesn't? I
He's a
love
big
good
rock guy.
Yeah, I love a good rock, and this this is great. I just really want to see him execute the puzzle. Like that's the thing. I just really
Yeah, I think you should be able to complete any jump puzzle that you create before you open it to the public.
Absolutely. All right, it has to be able to be done, right?
And the threat of serious injury has to be there.
Oh, if
Yeah,
it's
they're-
not
yeah,
if it's
they're
not
real,
there,
yeah.
then what's the point?
There has to be
You
a
know?
real threat.
We just gotta feel something sometimes.
Yeah. right?
Like I just need the thrill of the potential doom.
Yeah.
Another suggestion for the list,
Keeps you
maybe a
alive.
shark tank.
Yeah, sure. Put a big what's his name from the from out in Najara? What's this big shark's name?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That
Sure.
guy.
Or even
You're
if it-
exposing the fact that I've never played this game in my entire
Well,
life.
it's just
And I-
well, the problem is
Oh,
the
there he
game.
goes. Oh,
The
okay.
game's been around for so long. There's just so many names and little things to
Can we
remember.
put
Or
pets
like
in the
or like
house?
the big shark
I don't
in
think
the
they are
Bashir.
able to do in this demo though.
You know, I think they're going to use that for the tiebreaker, right? If there's a tie, you've just got to run through that.
Everyone
setup
gets to
and
go to
complete the
Zaria's
jump.
house.
Yeah. Just complete the jump puzzle to add a chance to be the winner. Okay, so he's putting things out. I am curious about what's going on here.
No, I
Um,
like this. Upside down and inside out.
Yeah.
Upside down, inside out.
Just have everything facing the wall.
You know, we've got some Silver Moon vibes. We've got some Blue Alliance chair. Oh, wow. Okay,
This is big.
this is
Oh,
big.
he is going for a jump
And look at
puzzle.
the
Nice.
height that Zari's got in that room
Yes,
as well.
wow.
There's
He
needs to
plenty of
test it
space to
though,
play
right?
with.
Yeah.
I want to see if anybody's gonna try if they're gonna try sitting on the rock and then raising it while they're on. Have they tried that yet?
Ooh, really?
Because you could do
Can
that
you do it?
in the first build. I don't know if you can still do it.
So we had a problem with tiny chairs in the first build, I remember.
Did you?
If we made the chairs too tiny, you couldn't sit on
Was
them.
it
They weren't
designed to
activated.
chat on all
But
of
there
the
was a
live
way of
streams?
bugging that out,
Wow.
where you could sit on the chair
That's
when it's
not a
normal
bad
size,
idea.
and then as you were sitting on it, then you could shrink it
Because-
down.
Oh.
And then you were kind of perched on top
Are
of
they
the side
gonna
of the chair,
have, like,
which was more satisfying than you might expect.
Dude, it would have been so funny
mods
if
like the whole time.
See, some-
No.
I'm
This
always
doesn't
down
sound like
for
a good
bug.
idea. And they
You
can't
know,
just
like,
leave.
if
They
something
can't just
is
leave
like
the
a
chat
little,
alone.
yeah, oh wait,
That'd
that
be
wasn't intended. but it's
terrible
funny.
idea.
I'm so down. I would love to be able to sit in a chair and scale it, and then use your character scales with the chair. Would have been the funniest thing. in the
Oh,
world.
that'd
It
be
would
adorable.
be awesome.
It'd
Yeah.
be so funny.
Especially if that scaling stayed with you. So you could
It's
go to, you're like, oh, it's raid time,
massive.
I've got to go.
Yeah. Or like, scaling happens to other people against their will, right? You like all of your friends are sitting around the table and you're just like 1 second.
Yeah.
Just another feature for my Jigsaw Death House.
There you go. You are now tiny.
Now, I feel like art choices are always one of the most important parts of any room build.
They really say a lot about you,
Exactly.
about your style. I feel like I haven't seen enough art go up on the walls. And I think it's going to be fun to see where that goes in the game. Like, what other art options will we get? Will we collect? Like, my dream is to have a portrait of my own character, right? Like, one day, maybe. I know. This is dreaming now. We've got some actually really, really good stuff in front of us already.
You know what would be cool is if they created something to where you could, like they gave you an easel and you could make your own, and you could just like draw it like with like paint.
Or what if it was
can.
a kind of
You
an
just
artist
need to find
profession
the
and you
right-
had to go and kind of
need to find the right
see vistas and
tool or,
views to
you know,
build up your
Oh,
collection of
yeah.
things that you
the
could
right
paint.
object to use as a
Yeah.
brush.
Photograph bees.
Yeah.
And then can put my bee photograph on there.
There you go.
Oh, that's got to be a reward from ecological succession. Like if I've taken 500 photos of bees,
The
I'm
reward
ready to put them on my wall.
The gameplay is the reward itself when it comes to ecological succession.
Of course it is.
The reward is the hours you'll never get back.
Yeah, or beads,
Yes.
maybe. Just a bead collection.
Yep.
This upside down room is rocking, and
You don't
Both
want to do custom painting?
yeah, and both of our
can,
creators
though.
taking
very there.
You easily
taking the
can.
same approach of laying stuff out
All you have
on
to
the
do is
floor
take something
and
like,
then raising it up to the ceiling afterwards.
Yeah.
Seems to
Like
be the way
a
to go.
pillar,
Yeah, I really don't
or
like that.
like just an
Yeah,
object that has
I'm a
like a
huge,
tip to it. Turn it up right,
what is the
and
opposite
then
of
sink it, and then fit, and then
Yeah,
flip
you're a
it
hater.
I'm
into
a
the
massive
wall,
hater of this
and
methodology.
there you go. You have a brush.
I really think they could be a lot
That's
more
it.
efficient with this.
Oh,
And
so would you? Or
You can only
would
do
you
like
just, like
you can do some basic
get the
pixel art,
object and
but
put
that's
it
you know
right on the
that's
ceiling right
that's
away
about
and
it.
then
But
flip
no,
it?
you
well,
can't
I
do
would
that.
do the whole house and then flip the whole
You
house.
just
Well,
need to
there
have
you
a
go.
bunch
I
of
think
objects
you
there
found
too.
optimum
So keep that in
efficiency
mind
there.
as well.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I think we've sussed it. Okay.
I gotta say, it's starting
But
to make me feel a bit
definitely
dizzy.
possible.
Yeah.
This upside down room, but I do love it. It's in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would like to reiterate that I'm as somebody who's watching right now, I am better than the streamer. Yeah, I am better than the streamer. So, would like to point that out one more time.
Always.
I feel like Annie maybe needs a different texture on her floor/ceiling. You know,
Yeah.
to
Oh,
better
to really make it
kind
look
of
like a
signal
ceiling?
that it's a ceiling. You know,
Yeah,
maybe it's
true.
Oh, that's true,
I
huh?
get what you're saying. Still, I like it. And the upside down art really does it.
I think a
For
bunch
me, I
of
love how she
like
has
brushes and
Antonitas over
upside down
bed.
drapes
Just
or
the-
other
Yeah,
handy
well,
things
again,
like
I would put
that.
that directly over the bed so I could see it when I was lying down.
Oh right, yeah.
I want it to be the first thing I see when I wake up. I want it to be the last thing I see when I go to bed.
I love how the fire is still like going downwards, right? Like it gives you so many, like, you have so much inspiration, right? Like, you know, if I wanted to create like a lava like gauntlet, right?
yeah,
you
true,
know,
true.
like I could, you know, you could use all of these features to
Oh
create
my
something
gosh,
really
if you
special.
took damage, that'd be great.
Right? Yeah.
Is there something wrong with me? I've noticed like
Well, where do we get started?
multiple times I'm like, man, I hope like my character can die. I hope I can take damage. I hope that'd be cool.
Like I say, player housing, I think, really says a lot about who you are. It brings
Yeah.
out your true self. So it's been a really fun exercise.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably something wrong with me then.
No, I'm the same. Like every new piece of furniture that we see, I'm like, how can I hurt myself and others
Yeah.
with this?
For me, it's like, how can I turn this into like a miniature that I can, you know, like
Oh,
build into
yeah.
a little, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. Getting
An
an
upside down Anixia's head.
Yeah, perfect.
Very cool.
Bigger,
Yeah.
I
bigger.
think for me, I think it's that I like the risk. I think that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you next go to stage, S-Fan, I'm going to need you, you know, in situ to decide which of these upside down houses is the most upside down and the best.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, that's the kind of field work that we need from you.
Get that
Okay.
up
I'll
close
go,
look
I'll go
for
do that
us.
right now then.
Oh, and a cheeky little lean from Mr. GM.
Oh.
Oh,
Mr. GM really
And he's
enjoys
done.
finishing and then basking in the glory of finishing.
He does.
wants everyone to know that he's done
He does.
and that he's completed it.
Yeah. Yeah, the lean is a bit much.
Well, you know,
It's a bit,
Oh,
it's a bit
double
cushy.
lean.
It's new
a
in the
bit-
current
it's a bit
patch of
cushy.
WoW, and you've
It
gotta-
is. I am. Yeah,
gotta milk
You
that.
know what? I'm glad he's showing it off because I do love the lean. I think it just adds so much character.
Annie Fuchsia has taken the advice, and her ceiling is now, I think, personally, more
I think that
ceiling-y. What
works
do you
out.
think?
Yeah, I mean it
That
is.
works
I
out
just
pretty
think there's a greater
More-
contrast.
Yeah, as long as it's not just like wood panels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives it something. Really like it. Like it.
I
like how the
definitely
wall
want
style
to
is
be able to
generic.
place pets.
Nice
I
that
want
you- that you
all
get
puppies
those,
walking all over the place.
There's options. But I
But they
think
do
it's
have
kind of
loads of options on that drop-down
Yeah,
menu, and I don't know if we've had a
absolutely.
chance to really see that properly.
Yeah.
But and it's really nice,
So
I
has
have
it
to
been
say,
like players staying in
to
garrisons
be able
during
to
WoD?
change
Nah,
the look
that's
of all the
bullshit.
walls and the ceiling.
I
and
think
the
that was
floor
just like a
with
bad
just a
statement
button
from them.
press like
They
that.
definitely
Yeah,
were
really
cool with
satisfying, you know,
people
makes it
staying in
really
their
easy.
garrisons
Yeah.
because
Well, I
they
got
made
my
the
wish.
garrisons as good
I
as
got
they
my
were.
upside down room. I got 2 upside down rooms.
You
It's like a
did?
birthday
Like, you know
and
what
Christmas
people
present.
in player, you know,
all at
when,
once.
when
I got my
housing comes
birthday
out, you know what
upside
people
down
are doing
room. I got
when
my
they're in
Christmas
their,
upside down room.
when they're at their
And
player
I'm
house,
happy.
they're
I'm basically
playing.
this entire week
They're
is a
playing the
success.
game.
It's only day 1.
Yeah.
To them, that's-
and I'm excited to see what
at
was
least the way I see it,
what
that's
Peekaboo was
more
cooking
important,
there
right?
with the kind of the plans. But let's find out. Let's take it over to S-Fan, and he can take a closer look and let us know what our competitors have been up to.
Absolutely. I completely agree, guys. I absolutely completely agree. Yeah, no, thank you, guys. So we're here. We got Pika. Pika, this is... dude, you're, like, really advancing.
Yeah, we're getting a lot better. We're getting a lot more creative. This is like my my at-home jungle relaxation kind of room here. So I got my bed, bunch of nature, a lot of just different plants and bushes, and growing my own plants as well. And then I have a station here where I can try to, you know, create things and evolve them with the crystal and the green concoction and all my toolkit right here.
Okay,
and I got my nice fish that's burning incense. And then I was actually going to put the windows all on the ceiling so we get direct sunlight over the grow.
So what is the gem over here?
The gem, I mean, usually when we're like mixing things together or fusing things, we have to actually touch the crystal, and then it kind of empowers everything. So we have the book here to like recite the spell, the crystal, and then this is kind of the fuel we use.
Is that like dark, like Naru energy?
Yeah, it's all biodegradable, fully organic, everything super good. It's all super contained as well, so no environmental damage either.
Sick.
Well, the other thing too, GM, is that like
I'm super not
at
about
least during
that.
Warlords,
Yeah.
the
I like
outdoor
waste.
game was so weak.
I like to waste everything.
Like you were just compelled to just stay
Okay,
in
yeah,
because
I'm against that. That's why I have all the green, you know, green plants and everything. I got my well as well.
To me, that was the big
for all the
weakness.
water.
It was like a one-two
your well
punch.
as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
got the well as
multi
well.
punch.
Do that on
thing
purpose?
with Warlords.
Well, not exactly. I should have added another one to be honest, but it's good.
The well as well as well.
Yeah, the well is really well. It's well.
Well, that's well.
But yeah,
Nerds.
Sick. Okay. I'll give this like a 7.
that's pretty good. I'll take 7. Okay.
Yeah, like out of like 12 or something.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Like 7 out of like 12.
Okay, well, I'll take 7 out of 7. 7 out of 10, maybe.
No.
Well, I don't care what your rating is, okay? Because I like it, and it's my house, and you can decorate your house however you want to decorate it.
Yeah, but I give it like a 7.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Let's check out Zori's house. Dude, what the hell happened?
What do you think?
Well, dude, what happened? Like, you were doing so good before. What happened to this house?
What do you mean?
You, like, downgraded.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, can I?
Oh, that's right. He
Get-
did the
get to
jumping
where I just
puzzle.
was.
Oh, my, dude. That was sick. Dude, you just optical illusion the crap out of me. Go back to where you were.
Yeah, no, you get back to where I was.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'll do it real quick.
I was just right there.
Here, will you hold the mic for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, he was talking trash, but let's see if he can do the jump puzzle. Boom. Good. All right, not bad. Yeah. this
Okay, you
one's tough.
gotta have like one. You gotta have ones
Okay.
that are like not spaced
Nice.
apart, just to like.
Oh
fuck
my
people.
gosh.
Or do like a backwards jump.
Oh my. I'm very impressed, as fan. Very impressed. This is the hardest one. Oh! Oh!
Loser.
Not quite. There it
You
is.
suck forever. Yep.
I think that I'm my theatrical performance to fall on purpose for the drama was amazing.
I mean, it looked like you really fell. As really good performance. It fooled me.
Thank you. I would give it like a 7, probably.
7 out of 7. I'll take it.
No, like for me.
Nice.
Thanks, man. I think I'd probably give you like a 7 out of like, I don't know, 14 or 7 out of like 13.
Thank you, S-Fan. You know what really happened, though, is I had a house that was like 300, 400, 500 stories tall, and there was like thousands of different items. It was like incredibly complex, and then Peekaboo actually reset my entire house about 1 or 2 minutes before the competition ended, so I built this in a minute or 2 from scratch.
You know what's crazy? He does that. Can you guys believe that Peekaboo would do such a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just sabotage the rest of us because his house is
So that's what the other streamers were like,
different.
huh? Got it.
Just disgusting behavior. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
I'm used to it.
I profusely apologize on his behalf.
All right, so here's
No
delve
problem.
number
I
3.
accept your apology on his behalf.
Thank you. Let's check out the other guys.
I'm glad I was able to get like a lot of stuff done here.
Okay, let's see what Mr. GM's got here. Oh dang! Look at that, dude. He's got the lean.
We're just chilling. Also, turns out that me and Annie had the same idea, but hers is way better, so that's really great. Love that for me.
So that's crazy. You think your idea is that much better than Annie's?
No. I think someone went in both of our chats and said the same thing, and then we both just did it.
Yeah, no, she probably did copy off you. You're absolutely right, Mr. GM.
Unbelievable. Anyway, shall we have a look?
Yeah, show us how much better you did than Annie.
Look. Look how much better this is. This is like the upside down right here. Upside down bed, upside down table, upside down chandeliers. I went and killed an Ixia on this realm to get the Onyxia head, so now it's there. So that's all done. Very good. Upside down pictures. Took ages, actually. I'm not very good at making it upside down, but I just wanted to see how the tech is, and it's pretty impressive. You can't sit on the upside down seats, though.
I wonder if they did get a chance to like try out the build.
Put like a table
before,
and then lift the table while you're on top of it and float up to it, or like any surface.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Aww.
Whoa, here. Lift it and now jump.
Yeah, you can
oh.
jump again. Yep.
Oh no!
That was one of the tricks we taught each other at Boston. They're like, dude, do this. We're like, ooh. So we were like making
do that and then try and sit.
Okay,
you know, tall towers, and then we just had like this platform that you just can't get to unless you go into build mode. And
tap your head and rub your stomach
and
at the same
climb your
time.
way to the top. It was pretty funny.
All right, I think we're nearly there.
So it looks like that trick is still there.
Maybe? All right, so now...
Oh, just crawl over.
It was like... It won't let me do it. It's there.
That would have been sick.
Bug report. Unbelievable. Although you'd probably just fall off it, to be fair.
Yeah, because you weren't able to do that, I'd probably give it like a 7.
Out of 7?
No, I'd say like out of 9.
Oh, I mean, that's okay. As long as Annie's a little bit lower than that, we're all good. So.
Yeah, probably is, because she did totally copy you.
No way. Not at all.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's check out what Annie's got here. So let's check out what Annie's got. I said Mr. GM copied off you super hard.
He did what?
He copied off you super hard.
Right? Yeah, so I heard, so Mr. GM and I, we have drama now. Because I heard that he said we both got the idea from chat. I did not. It was my idea.
Oh, you should have heard what Zaryu said about you.
What did he say?
Oh, I can't even repeat it.
That's crazy. Okay, you're going to have...
But it's because of what Pika said about Mr. GM.
Oh, and what was that?
I mean, it was just wild.
What a shit
Okay,
starter.
well, in that case, I have drama with everybody. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's just valid.
Yeah, drama with everybody. I can't believe they just said that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Shinger, show us your house, by the way.
Yeah, so I went for a sort of purple-pink theme, and I wanted to play around with the upside-down, like, tech, I guess you could call it, the upside-down tech. And, yeah, my goal was to just make it look pretty and make it look cool with the whole upside-down thing.
Sick.
But apparently you've now already seen Upside Down. It was meant to be a surprise because it was my idea.
Well, you know, it's crazy because Zaryu was doing Upside Down too.
Zaryu was Upside Down too?
Yeah, he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, he started like 5 minutes before you did.
Weirdos.
So like, I don't know, guys. I think.
Okay, so I heard you rated both Zaryu and Peekaboo 7. So what do you rate mine?
Yeah, I'd say this is probably about a 7.
What? No, it has to be more.
It's a 7.
7.5?
7 out of 7.5.
That's better than 7 out of 10. I'll take it.
There you go. Congratulations.
Good bargain.
So,
Good bargain.
actually, speaking of which, we do have a trophy here. The Creator Clash Alive from Gamescom Housing Champion. This is for me? No? For wait, what? It's for what? It's not, okay, I guess Annie wins. Our housing champion of 2025 at Gamescom. Woo! Look at that.
No way. I didn't think there was a trophy. Does everyone get one?
Nope.
Just me?
Just you, unfortunately.
I still would have loved to
Unfortunately.
have
I think I deserve a
dev,
trophy.
up there,
Well,
just demonstrating for half an hour.
You can touch it.
That would have been sick.
It's not the same.
I mean, seeing normal people
Smell it?
or seeing
not the
just
same.
players do it too
Well, you can
is
come
very
home
cool
and
as
make
well.
your own house.
Because then you get a better,
Okay.
you get better,
Okay,
a bit of
I
a
believe
better
in
sense
you.
of how it's actually
Thanks.
gonna play out in like
Tally,
our first
you guys
day.
can take it. I was.
Annie Fuchsia, a worthy winner of our coveted trophy.
Absolutely, winning that trophy fair and square, although I feel like I have to shout out our other players and give them honorable mentions. Mr. GM winning, I think, in terms of execution.
And coziness.
And blue.
Coziness, ultimate, like, English coziness. And Zaryu and Peekaboo, who for some reason I think of as a team, I think use of unexpected creativity. I was genuinely floored by the jump puzzle, by the plants growing inside. Who
I
would
like the
think of
arena
something
recreation.
like
I thought that
I
was
absolutely loved it.
I thought
And
that was
upside down room
the more creative
enjoyers,
thing that
which I count
we
myself
saw from
as.
this.
Represent.
We were eating well in that last session there. Really, really good. I don't want to kind of, be down on Annie Fuchsia's achievements here. I think she's a worthy winner.
Oh, she won
I
fair and square.
suspect she might have benefited from being last in the line, which is where S-Fan was standing when he happened to be given the trophy to award.
Tally, the drama is happening on stage.
I'm
not
probably
here.
just jealous.
I am not inserting myself into this.
What was it, out of all of them, what do you think your favorite room was?
I have to say, my favorite room was probably
That's the whole point.
the Pandaria Arena. I think because it just took me so by surprise, and I loved just the I like a thing, I'm going to rebuild it like for like, as well as I can.
I think it's
and
not
enjoy that
something
approach.
to
It's got my mind
take
burning
too
with plans
seriously,
of what
chat.
I can recreate from Azeroth
Yeah.
in player housing.
How about you? What was your favorite?
Do you know what? I'm a sucker for a jump puzzle.
Oh.
I know I give it all the talk about liking an upside down room, and I do, don't get me wrong, upside down room, happy room, okay? That's why our house is in the state it's in. But a jump puzzle? Very exciting. I think this should be the impetus for designers to create more things that we
Make
can
a
put at the
multi-level
bottom of
space in
jump
the stairwell
puzzles.
room.
Things
Seems
like
like a
flame
very creative
pits,
space.
things
There's
like
actually
shark
an
tanks,
empty
things
version
like
that you can make
spikes.
faster.
Just different
like
types
there's
of
just like a
pits.
taller
No,
room,
different types of pits.
and then you can place
with
the stairs.
different
Then you
various
can
hurty things.
place
Feather
stairs.
pillows.
No, hurty
Customized
pits.
stairs wherever you like.
I think
My
today-
nickname in
Well.
school.
I think today has been a wonderful showcase of
Because those
the
stairs
new
are
housing
really
system,
wide.
in
They're very,
Midnight,
very
which is
wide,
gonna
and
be
you can
sublime,
make like
as you
smaller
can see,
ones if you
but
want to.
also of all the things that you, the players, can do with it. I don't know about you, but I am so excited to finally get my hands on it. I am going to be in that queue from dawn until dusk, although I might give S-Fan a call because apparently that's his house.
Skip the queue.
Hopefully he has a PC lined up for me that I can use for a few minutes.
17 minutes, give or take, is
More-
what I hear.
more
Really,
or
you get
less.
17
Yeah.
minutes for
And
player
it was
housing?
brilliant
That's
to see
that's
how much
barely
more
enough time
confident people
to
got in the tools
get like the
as they went
controls.
along. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
the initial builds were quite conservative. We were placing things carefully in the room and sort of exploring the catalogue.
Yep.
But as those challenges went on, you could see the mastery increase in such a short time. And I was actually genuinely impressed to see the detail that people could apply to their rooms in, the first time playing it for all of them, which is
Yeah.
incredibly impressive.
Yeah, for sure. There's a bit of a, we kind of tended to latch onto themes. There's Pandaria, there's Upside Down, there's, I don't know, chat, I blame you. But, it's
Well,
always easy to
no,
blame
from
chat,
what I
isn't it?
hear, the Twitch poll and the Twitch chat has been very kind about all of the competitors. Like, just really good feedback,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
very constructive criticism, as we
Is
knew
it?
would be the case. So I'm really glad that we
Is
put
it?
that out to Twitch chat. They never let me down.
Absolutely not. So yeah, what a fantastic showcase. But that's not all that we have for you today.
Oh, it's only just beginning.
All right, so that
So, coming
concludes
up
the
later
housing
today,
feature. So
immediately
that
after
was
this, we
like
have the
about
Dungeon Showcase, Team Europe
how
versus
long
Team
is this
Americas,
video?
because we did not have enough of that.
because I so
with
what I
these
did
two
last
teams
night,
here,
or I'm sorry,
and
what I
France
did this
versus Germany.
morning was like I was staying up, or I took a nap. I got up about 20 minutes before. I'm like, all right, let's go, let's get this recording in, and then we'll watch some of it, and then it kicks off with like playing all the cinematics, and then they do like a warm up. They were doing like kind of a warm up. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be another half hour wait. Screw this, and so I just hit the record button, left the computer on, and just went to bed. Got up around 6 o'clock, my time. And I'm like, all right, let's see what we got. As I'm drinking my first round of coffee, I'm like, let's see what kind of footage we got. I'm like, okay, it lasts this long. Let me skim through really quick. Okay, cool. So I still have another like couple of hours worth of like stream stuff that was taken in, but this is like the whole dungeon challenge with some other folks, and I'm sure it was great and everything, but I was mostly focused on like the housing related stuff. So. Very kind of the toxic kids were asleep at 1 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, my sleep schedule was all sorts of jacked up. Cause like I'm up, I'm like, all right, let me get back to bed again, and then now here I am. Okay. To be honest, Final Fantasy. So what you guys think of stuff? At least of what was presented. Chill Wave, I thought, to be honest, I found it pretty boring. I would have enjoyed a deep dive on housing much more. I think I would have too. But I do at least appreciate how they gave some, basically they just let players play it and get their experience with it and try stuff out. I still would have liked to have had, and I've been saying this like ever since Boston. Like I really would have liked to have seen like a officially kind of demo that came from one of the housing devs to kind of like show off. Okay, so once you become a master, here's a demonstration of some of the creativity that's possible, and show stuff off. So show stuff off like that would have been awesome. They didn't go that route. A little unfortunate, but we got what we got. BlizzCon will have a deep dive. We are definitely going to get Midnight out before the next BlizzCon 2026 is September, I think. Yeah, September of next year. Not there will be no BlizzCon this year. Is it one house per character or per account? There's going to be two houses. So you can have one house for the Horde side and one for the Alliance side. And that's across the entire Battle.net account. In the film, there's not as much for the dev team to talk about outside of the creative aspect. It seems like it's a pretty bare bones system right now. Not true. The things that they should talk about soon will include things about neighborhoods, because that neighborhoods and the leveling track, because those are the systems that are around that are going to help dictate housing and how quickly people will get decor, or not how quickly people will get it, but how often they're going to offer more decor to collect through endeavors, which is like this monthly thing that you do activities with your neighborhood with. As well as the leveling track, which is also pretty closely linked to endeavors. So there is a system that needs some explaining, needs some questions answered. But then there's lots of other details too, like accessibility. How much can we share? Can we share permissions, privacy stuff? One thing that I'm very curious about, they did say, mind fart. I forgot. Shit. Blueprints come to mind though, and now that I'm thinking about other stuff, I would like to know more about how are we, if we can save our layouts and share them with others, or just have them backed up for like just in case. Some of those things are pretty important to me, at least. Am I still here? Oh, this is not normal stream length. Yeah, I do plan on heading out in my normal time. And I'm going to do a quick recap of updated information in this kind of day 2. It's not much. It's going to be a very short video. And then talk a little bit about like the stuff that we learned from this housing event. Guess the renown track and how that works is still a bit vague outside of the deep dive. Yeah, knowing how much more often things are going to come in, and then of course how is the legacy world going to tie in, professions, things like that. Now the unfortunate thing is that hopefully we'll get some good answers from like a game director or producer kind of person who will have lots of answers, because housing and professions, it's not exactly like the same team who's doing that. I feel like those systems are so cool. If they were in the game at launch, they would have talked about it already. But then that's why they've been talking about so little anyway, because I think they're just kind of keeping things close to the chest because, it's not set yet. Let's see. All I need in my backyard is an herb garden and a mine. Yep, that's all I want. So far, the resounding sentiment around that has been no. That there is not going to be like, there's the reason to go back to your house is not going to be, oh, let me go and pick up my stuff. You know, let me, you know, visiting your house isn't supposed to feel like a chore, or to be like something on your weekly or daily checklist of things to do. Mrs. Rock Guru, what's up? That was one of the laziest streams that I've ever done. I mean, it's one thing for me to just do like gameplay and stuff and commentary, but then I was just kind of letting someone else's shit play instead. But oh well. There have been some talks of maybe big guild neighbors to see how that'll work, and wonder if there's a guild neighborhood that we'll get with some kind of hall or meeting in place that area. Well, they were just what's his name? Paul Kiva was just talking about that, and the hints of that were basically, oh, that'd be cool, but it doesn't sound like it's gonna make it for launch. This, like I was saying earlier, one of the first things that we're gonna do with housing is complain about what isn't in at launch. But there's also like so many different directions that housing can go, and there's only so much bandwidth that they can put forward, that they can dedicate towards it. Like, it's not going to come out with everything that everyone wants day one. That's an unfortunate thing, but that's the reality of it too. And I would rather have something to play with now than to be like, oh, let's just wait another 5 years so that way we can get everything people want. No, I want to play with this shit now, right? That makes more sense to me. In Star Wars, you can have an auction house, bank, guild bank, and several other vendors, but I doubt they'll do that in a while, though. There are things that I think they should have. Like, I don't consider a bank as a city kind of function. Like I'm opposed to them bringing the city into neighborhoods. You know, and by that I'm talking about trade chat. Like, I think that's like a red line that shouldn't be crossed. The biggest red line, probably. I'm opposed to, like, I'm not opposed to what's it called, crafting tables. I could have every I wouldn't mind having every crafting table in my house, but I don't think I should get access to public orders or even patron orders. Like, if you're just doing personal stuff for like your guild or whatnot, like, that narratively makes sense because you're in your guild neighborhood or something like that. Otherwise, yeah, that wouldn't really fit, I don't think. Yeah, a mailbox makes sense. Now that Transmog is free, I expect there to be a Transmog-y kind of NPC or like a wardrobe, you know, sort of doodad that we can have in our house. So, okay, well, Transmog, it's not going to be free, but you know what I mean. Close enough. But I definitely want things like that. You know, a bank is just a non-personal storage, kind of. So I would say, like, why not have our storage be available at our house too? So. Wonderful, get a stable. That'll be cool. Okay, I totally missed hella stuff. Oh, there's like stuff all over the place. Sheesh. Should guild neighborhoods have guild banks available? I say, that's a good question. Oh, the thing that I would like to know about, I remember now. So for a guild neighborhood, they did say that in the event that we need a new instance of neighborhoods for guilds, that the game will spin one up. Now I wonder what are the conditions of that, because the impression that I have at the moment is, let's pretend if there are 50 people in the guild and all 50 people want the same house on the or I'm sorry, the same lot, what will the game do? Is the game going to just be like, yeah, okay, and then it'll create 50 instances for each person? Or is it going to say, hey, you can't choose this house. There are no other layers available, and those other 49 people, they need to, distribute themselves to any of those other, to all the other spaces. And then once all 50 of those spaces on that lot are filled up, then it spins up another one. Like, that's something that I want to know, because I'm not entirely sure. And I think that's important. Where was I? Ooh, hey, I never saw this one. This is a achievement. Yay, I got an achievement. I never got that one. That's funny. Oh, what else get a cool racial since voice storage is gone and Transmog is semi-free. I mean, they still might get that discount. Like, it still technically will work, right? So there's that. Oh, Flickergate. Hello. Hook me up. Hook me up. Boop. Oh, okay. Nothing cool. Ooh, a big button. Whoa. Button. Oh, shit. Wait, what's gonna happen? Ah! Okay. That's cool. I agree on the Void House. I wouldn't be race changing my to Dark Iron Dwarf, but would hate to lose that racial. I mean, if it's still cheaper, it's still cheaper. So. They clarified, so let me find that article. I think Wowhead might have linked it. Where is it? Okay. So here's the correction. So midnight shifting to slot-based transmog if you want to change your total outfit. If you want to change your total outfit look, it costs gold, but if you enjoy your look and get an upgrade, it doesn't cost money to fix your transmog since it's slot-based and not item-based. So that's what they mean. So like if you have your setup and you get like a new helmet, you can just put on the helmet and then your transmog won't change. That's what they're pointing out. But if you do want to change your helmet into something new, then you will pay for that. Yeah. So we all had it wrong. we all misunderstood that. So whoops. Now the cool thing though is, it's this thing that I was talking about. I called them outfits. They're calling it situations. So they're called situations. So if you change your situation to like something else that you had set up, you don't pay for that anymore. You do pay to set it to you do pay for the initial setup. So if you want to have like, tier 2 judgment shit and you want to leave it like that forever, then you switch it, then you set that up that one time. So it'll cost like 1,000 gold or whatever. But then you can always switch back and forth to it without any cost. And they added like an extra feature where depending on where you are, it'll automatically change too, which is kind of neat. So y'all thought, I remember when I first talked it up, y'all thought I was crazy. Not you guys, but commenters, they're like, that's stupid. That's dumb. No way is Blizzard going to let go of that kind of like gold sync. They gotta have a gold sync, blah, 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 blah. Where you at now, bitches? Where you at? I feel vindicated. I feel vindicated for that one. Exactly as I had predicted. Actually, no. No, it wasn't exactly, because I didn't predict the slot, transmog by slot thing. I was just talking about the whole wardrobe stuff. Boop. Yeah, but the way that they're framing this, Hods, is it'll be like this automatic thing that happens, not just Not just when you change your spec. It's going to be straight up when you walk when you walk into a thing, it'll automatically change. And that would be funny. I think it was mentioned during the stream. Like one outfit is going to be like your usual outfit, but then when you go to your house, it's the same outfit, but instead of your normal boots, it just changes to like slippers or barefoot, whatever. And that's it. That'd be kind of a nice touch. You know, and what would the situation slots be? They would just be our current loadouts. That'd be kind of cool. It's funny because that's going to be like a big initial like expense for some people to like set up their outfits, but then once that's done, then you know, less stress. They didn't give too many details, Cronin. They only talked about like situations of very, very high level, but they didn't talk about how that would work. I have a feeling that it's going to be triggers that Blizzard sets up for them, that Blizzard already sets. So like indoors, outdoors, you know, arena, you know, very few things. But I'm just guessing here. Like how customized can you make those triggers? And there are add-ons that can that do tell all these things too. Like I use an add-on called Dynamic Cam. That will adjust your camera angle depending on where you are. So if you're indoors, it's going to change your camera angle. If you go outdoors, it's going to change it. If you go into like a little room, you know, all those things count. Cities, like the list goes on. No shoes, but my main is a troll, so it's no shoes all the time. Oh, my damage is so low. I feel bad. Like, I'm like one of the lowest geared people in the raid right now. Everyone's in like high 680s, 690 something or other. I'm like, okay, I'm like 680. Woohoo. So I got some extra work to do. I'm still not going to do any keys, but... Or if anything, maybe not this week, but next week, if scheduling is okay, then maybe I'll try into Tazavesh. Anyone trying to do Tazavesh yet? Like, is the hard mode like super hard, or is it just like, nah, not really? Just hit 704? Yeah, you're okay. Why did we get the Hair as a playable race for Midnight? There's literally no reason for them to want to side with us. Our only interaction with them, though, is Arena and outcast of their people. I have a feeling that question will be answered as you go into the zone. Yeah. I mean, hell, there's going to be a panel tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, that is. There's going to be a panel where they talk about world and quest and story. And so your answers might come then too. And you might not like it. You still might not like it. But they'll at least answer your question. Come on, cool stuff. More cool stuff. I still want to pick up all this damn gold that's lying around here. It's kind of crazy. Inventory is full. Of course it is. Of course it is. All right, what level is Bran now? Bran is 94. It's not bad. Not bad. Almost like how every allied race didn't have a reason to join until we played them. That's how it goes. Have they talked about the features, specifically more on the open world prey system? Kind of wondering if they're doing Monster Hunter or they're doing Shadow of Mordor style events. I don't think it's either of those. I think it might be closer to Shadow of Mordor, but not exactly the Nemesis system, because technically Warner Brothers owns it. And they're probably not going to let anyone have that. Even still, why the Haranir instead of an actual faction like the Valazar, the Nerubians, or the Arakoa factions, or have factions we have the leaders on speed dial and enough manpower and firepower to contribute? Why would the Nerubians want to team up with us? Like, they don't give a shit about us. The Arakoa are stuck in another dimension or another timeline. They can't get to us. And do we really want to team up with Odin? I thought Odin's like a big asshole. No one likes him. Is that right? Yeah. At least the Haranir seem like they give a shit about the planet. Right? It is kind of going to be like Diablo World Tier plus Maruk hunting plus catch and mouse mechanic. It feels very simple to me. Like, and it doesn't have to be like crazy or complicated. And what's funny, like I'm going to wrap up stream pretty soon, but I want to leave with this thought. I saw like a lot of the initial reactions to Midnight. And this is not a bad take from these people. I want to make that clear. I'm not trying to shit talk people's takes. They're saying that, oh, this seems like a big patch. This doesn't seem like it's anything. It doesn't feel like an expansion. Yeah. And again, I don't think that's a bad call to make. Of course, I'm like, oh yeah, I agree with you guys if you don't consider that there's new zones, new levels, new dungeons, new raids, and all that stuff. No, but otherwise, it's just a big patch, right? It kind of goes to show with how WoW is doing these days. They've created these things, these systems, these gameplay, you know, these elements of endgame, mostly endgame. Raids, dungeons, PvP delves. And then also having like this massive like collection-y kind of thing with, you know, the past 20 years of WoW and a new way to express it with player housing. What new features are needed? You know, what would people want these days that can't already be provided? Or what sorts of changes to what's currently here, raids, dungeons, PvP delves, what sorts of changes are needed for those things to make them feel exciting enough to satisfy those kinds of players who feel like, oh, this is just a big patch and it doesn't feel like a real expansion? I don't know the answer to that because I'm a bitch and I'm like, oh, I'm easy to please. But it's a question to ask. Old WoW was just new zones and new levels and dungeons and raids and all that stuff. So Mythic Plus changes and new features would be nice. Well, Mythic Plus, that doesn't, well, does Mythic Plus require like an expansion to have some significant changes? You know, one of the things that they were part of the changes included like the introduction of like the upgrade system, to me, which is like huge for the game. As well as like changing their approach from having the same dungeons for the entire expansion to kind of changing things up from season to season. Some people like that, some people don't. It's just the vocal minority again complaining about everything just to complain. Yeah, but I don't think the takes are entirely like unjustified either. But it also introduces like just that thought of, you know, how come there isn't this new MacGuffin-y kind of thing? You know, what happened to this new artifact thing or this other borrowed power thing? And we've kind of moved on, or at least for the moment, we've moved on from the borrowed power era, where we had like this very heavy system, and the game revolved around that system, whether it's a neck or a weapon or whatever, and then it goes away, and that, you know, that feeling of giving something is like, hey, cool, it's something new, something awesome, but then it goes away, and that's like a gut punch. You're getting something ripped out of you, and you know that's hard to shake too. The Nubians know Zaltav's playbook and hate the old gods, whom the void served. Prime Designate has an army comparable to the dragon aspects. The Arakoa have took on par with the pre-fall Draenei. Well, I'm gonna cut you off with the Arakoa because how do you get them? Right? Is someone on Azeroth gonna be like, hey, we need to get them birds, man. Let's go get those birds. Or the birds like show up for some reason. Because they're like chilling. Maybe. Or maybe that's something that can be put on the shelf for now. I don't know. I like the borrow power system. You had BFA corruptions. You made a small attack and all hell breaks loose. I mean, that was a patch thing too. You know, something that was there and then it was gone right away. And so we have bits of borrowed power with Onyx Amulet, the Circlet, and now the Wraps. It's like an echo of what was before. Like the Wraps, we're gonna finish that next week. And what did you guys do to power up your Wraps? You probably didn't go out of your way at all to do it. Still have the Time Dragon Avenue, Infinite Dragonflight, still bad guys, right? Are they? I mean, we're teaming up with them these days. Nubian should be in the last time we're said to be going back to change Northern or upgraded North. But then that's a different, isn't that a different kingdom though? Right? Nubians would be cool, but I also would like to figure out how to get their queen back since she got transformed into a monster, so I don't know if they'd want to help us. I cooked for Ethereals after 11.2. I think that was an expectation as well. But I guess the question to ask for for a lot of these examples, maybe not so much the Nerubians, but definitely like the Arakoa and the Ethereals, they're not from this planet. Why should they care? It would have to be like, okay, we really want to help you take on that big bad. If they can be convinced of that, cool, but they never seem to have that kind of vibe. Like they really want to help us. They want help, sure, but then after that, they still have their own shit to deal with. Their problems aren't over. They just we just got rid of the major problem. Now they got to rebuild. It's just like you can take some real life parallels to it. You just got through with one conflict. Do you want to subject your people to another one? Even if it feels like the right thing to do, there's a lot of people that aren't going to support that. So I don't know. Just a thought. Okay, how many did I do? I think I did my 3, right? So I should be able to at least craft. Okay, so I can at least craft a thing. So I'm probably going to make myself my helmet. Yeah, I'll recraft my helmet. And I think I have another spark. I think. Spark. No, I don't. Okay, I thought I had a spark thing. Oh, no. I got to turn in the thing. Right. I got to go back. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'd make sense for Ethereals in a way. We helped heal Koresh and finish what they couldn't. I think, my takes, I gotta admit, my takes just come from me being anti-allied race. I don't care for more races. I want to see more stories with who we've got. Forcing in other races for the sake of doing it. It's not unlike, people are like, oh, we should have had a class for Midnight because we're supposed to. I'm like, I don't want them to force one out when they don't need to. Races are a little bit different, but I also don't like how so many races are just ignored. Yeah. It kind of sucks. Because you can only squeeze so much in there. Did I lose the void chest? I thought I did. I thought I got everything. NPC that sells trinkets and does does it offer higher items in tier 11? No, it does not. But when the turbo boost kicks in, then it's going to start offering hero track. So, stay tuned for that. They should let more races have across certain classes. Like, wait, but then they can be most of them. There are so few classes that the races can't be. What is it? Druids, paladins, evokers, right? That's like the OG races at least. But for the most part, it's like kind of a free for all. So they've kind of like, they've offered a lot of flexibility already. We just need to wait for enough story to be written. And it really, really feels like paladins are next in line. Where's that image that I had? Like based on this image here, it super feels like paladins are next. Like, you can't fight me on this one. This one's too on the nose. So we have a cool Tyrian paladin. Unless it's transmog to be a, it's actually a warrior transmog, then that's kind of messed up. All the Halfall transmogs look like paladin transmog. Could be. But when you have like 3 people showing up and you have like big light looking things around them and they have like paladin looking transmog, it's all gold and nice and it's like one paladin, is that person not a paladin? It really, really could be a paladin. So yeah. Just a guess. And we might find out in just a couple days. Today as well, Wednesday? Yeah, we might find out soon. And I might be wrong. And if I am, then oh no. My career, it's over. It's no big deal. All right. And I did a delve. So now I get... Oh yeah, that's right. I think I'm short a key, right? Yeah, I have no keys anyway. So I still want to do like another delve at some point. Because I gotta do that vault. You have a bee of a night. Oh, bad. Bad. What's the image from? The image is from a YouTube short from WoW, where they just talk about the expansion real quick. Game even has a Night Elf and Void Elf Paladin NPC in game. It's bound to happen, and that will eventually get these classes for other races. And I'm pretty sure the Forsaken have one somewhere as well in game. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's just a question of when and is the story being written yet. I feel like for Paladins, I felt like the story was written towards the end of Dragonflight when they set up when Trevard set up a new Paladin order under Tyr. So that felt very plausible. Do you expect to get a lot more news about 12.0 or even 11.2.7? In Gamescom, the news so far seems sparse. News has been pretty solid. Oh well, there are a lot of details we are missing. To call it sparse, though, I don't know if I want to say sparse. I expect more. Well, not 11. Sorry. We're going to learn more tomorrow. And we're going to learn more Saturday. So here's the plan, chat. Here's the plan. Tomorrow morning is going to be the World Story and Quest panel. That's going to be held at Gamescom. It's going to happen in the early freaking morning. So what I'm going to do is what I did just earlier today too. I'm going to get up before the panel starts, hit the record button, and get my ass back to sleep. Right? And then in the morning, usual morning, I'm gonna get on stream. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Soul. Do that sort of thing, and then we'll watch that panel together. Ta-da! And then we'll see what news we can get from that. I will produce a video for that for people who missed out on stream, and then I'll do that again Saturday for the systems panel. Cool. So what I'm trying to do is, take the drip feed of news that we're getting, just try to collate it into something that's bite-sized and easy to digest as we progress through the week. But we're gonna get some more news throughout the week. Early morning EU time or yours? For me, it's early morning. For them, it's like, regular morning, mid-morning or so. When Quel'The Alaska gets its own revamp, Sunset Anchorage becomes a seaport with a boat connecting to Suramar City. That'd be cool. That'd be kind of neat to get an actual harbor in Suramar. What time is the panel? If I recall correctly, I think it was 4 a.m. Pacific, something like that. Yeah, I don't recall entirely. So 1300 their time. Yeah, so I believe that's 4 a.m. Pacific. Yay, really looking forward to that one. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna wake up at around 3:45 or something like that. Make sure that the wait until 4. Make sure that it starts running, and then I'll hit the record button and I'm just gonna go back to bed. Numbergon is still infected, yet we get revamped Silvermoon and Gilneas. Hey, go dude, at some point the gnomes should just break off the alliance. Be like, dude, screw you guys. We've been suffering like this for 20 years. Y'all haven't done anything. Peace out. Go off with the Mechanomes and make their own faction. The Mechanome faction. I just want to see where the 2 new zones will be on the map and see if Zul'Aman engulfs the Ghostlands. Actually, no, it's going to be Ghostlands that engulfs the Ghostlands. So the expectation here is, so here's Eversong, here's Ghostlands, and here's Zul'Aman over here somewhere. So Eversong is going to probably swallow up most of the Ghostlands. And then Zul'Aman is going to probably be bigger and be like here. And then what was the third zone? Rootlands. I don't know where the Haranir place is going to be. It might just be like somewhere off near Kazal Gar or something like that. And then the last zone is in space. Space. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be underground here. That would be a bit too convenient. If it happened to be at that spot. I don't know if it's going to be near Kazal Gar or not, but I don't know. I heard they're making the VODs available. I'm not sure. Let me see if they are available now. Because there's also the question of what time are they available, because I want them to be up and running. So I can at least go into the YouTube stream while it's in progress still, and then jump in. I could do that. But I kind of want to save it too, so. They said below the world tree. Oh, that's where the Rootlands is? Okay, wait, which one? Yeah, which world tree are we talking about? If it's like Hyjal, that'd be crazy. Because Hyjal's really, really high up, right? Oh, that's the wrong spot. Yeah, Hyjal's like super far up until the roots have to go all the way down. Yeah, so like there's that one. Then there's the fake one that used to be there, and then there's there's a destroyed one over in Northrend, like right over here. So, and then there's the other jacked up one, over here, and I guess technically now there is one here. So which one are we talking about? So no real info. Oh, so there's no info on where it's located. Okay. I'm annoyed that the dwarves haven't done anything to try fixing the stone rot dam in Lokmadan, while the Pandaren cleaned the Veil of Eternal Blossoms of Shaw corruption in 3 expansions. That's because the story went there. That's one of the unfortunate things about old game MMO, MMO gameplay, and developer focus having to look at like the current story or prioritizing the current story, is that everything else is like all jacked up. I mean, come on, Stratholme is still burning. How long has it been burning? No, Stratholme, no, Anderholm. No, it is Stratholme. Sorry, I'm getting my names all jacked up. Yeah, Stratholme. Still on fire. So that sucks. The bioluminescent primordial jungle sits at the confluence of the world trees' great roots. So they all go to one place, huh? Okay, that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. So it's like somewhere here, I guess, because if we go here and here and here, where else? Shit. I went here. Oh, so I guess it would be here, right? Yeah, something like that. I mean, it could be anywhere. Or it's just gonna conveniently be like, we don't know exactly where, they just meet at some point. For all I know, it's here. But that'd be odd, because it's like they would still need to converge on the same place, because at one point, the trees were there. I don't know exactly when all these trees were planted and all that, but that at some point, like, I guess were these trees, I guess the trees came after the Sundry, right? So I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm sure it probably doesn't have a connection to that, unless it's like, hey, magic tree, and it just kind of like finds its way there hella fast. That could be it. That'd be interesting. Well, good luck, Blizzard, trying to solve that and giving us a satisfying answer. It's in Booty Bay, right under the gun. There you go. A Rootlands powered super gun to fire at I don't know what. Somehow it's got to go and then hit like, all the void people who are like showing up there. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, gotta do lunch, and then I will throw together a short video with like some small updates as to what we've learned today and clarifications and corrections from yesterday. That'll be it from me. Tomorrow, like I said, we can expect I'm gonna cover the lore story quest stuff. And we'll watch the stream together. We'll react, see what we think. That's not going to be nearly as long as the housing showcase that we saw. I expect it to be like a panel length, so it's going to be like probably 45 minutes, an hour at most, and that'll be it. So off I go. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. May your loots be merry, because hey, it's Wednesday. And I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always,